Everybody, welcome. We are in episode 11 of The Dragon's Demand. We've been away from this game for a few weeks due to scheduling issues. While we were away, we did manage to sneak in our first Shadowdark game, The Glittering Halls. We had our first crawl through that dungeon. I'll put a link below in case you're interested to find that.
It's a fun system.
We crawled out, most of us.
Most of you crawled out.
Well, yeah, most of us.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. I had to cut something out because Mike spoiled the Glittering Halls. Thanks a lot, Mike. All right. It's also a bit of a milestone for our channel. It's been a long, winding road, but we've reached 500 subscribers.
Nice.
Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job. Hey, all of you. Good job, everybody. Good job to you. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Couldn't have done without you.
Couldn't have done it without you. We appreciate everyone who has taken the time to hit the button. However, if you haven't done so, please do like and subscribe. Thank you again. So there you go. Halfway there to 1,000. Once we reach 1,000, I think we just start levitating or something. I heard something good happens.
Is it leveling up? I think it levels up.
Yeah,
maybe a little Halo.
Level 1.
Yeah, I think I'm level 1.
Level 2.
Yeah,
second level.
Yeah. Right now we're in Shadowdark the Gauntlet right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. Well, we missed Zach and Graham last time. Welcome back, everybody. So let's just do a good recap. I kind of summarized most of what we did as quickly as possible. Since we've been out of the game for several weeks. If this is your first time coming here, don't worry. I recap at the start of every adventure. If you're returning, you can hit the link below to skip this recap. This will be a little bit longer one just because I started kind of from ground zero and just gave the highlights.
Who am I?
Or you could just go back to the channel and watch everything.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, if you're not going to follow Graham's advice, then here we go. Previously, our adventurers arrived in Belheim a week ago, meeting the sheriff on their way into town. The sheriff was carting off a smuggler to face justice in the nearby town. Upon finding lodging, the old tower at the east end of town, called the Witch Tower, collapsed. Baroness Origina Devi tasked the party to determine why the old tower, which had stood for centuries, suddenly fell. Our adventurers delved into the rubble, finding the dungeon below and discovering the legacy of the town. It was part of Tula Belheim's original castle that was razed by Teldor a few centuries ago when good Baron Sarvo tried to rebel against the state. Tula Belheim was a renowned dragon hunter and founder of this small town. They also found the body of Barthas Hunclay, the recluse astronomer, along with kobold bodies and a note that tied them together. It seemed Hunclay and these kobolds had something to do with the destruction of the tower. The kobold Sessarak escaped, inadvertently leading the party to the old quarry. The party returned to Belheim to report their findings, being a bit cagey at first with Baroness Origina. They turned over the key to Hunclay's estate despite Slick Willy's objections. Just telling how it is. The Baroness then tasked them to remove the kobolds by force or negotiation by the nearby flooded quarry in return for a small polish of amethyst. After negotiation with the kobolds quickly broke down, they raided the cramped, twisted tunnels of the kobold warren. They freed 3 human slaves, good job, and joined forces with the kobold Nighttail. Nighttail had already tried to take over the tribe from the leader Rogaz, who she thought was going mad due to talking into the darkness. All right, they found the dying kobold seer Jakol, who gave them a dire warning about great scaly beast Eteparax, who calls to the darkness and brought chaos. The new priest Churi offered to aid the party in removing Rogaz. All these helpful kobolds here offered to aid the party to remove Rogaz if the party would prove their loyalty to Vapula by, I don't know, just executing Nighttail.
It's just a lot of politics going on in the dungeon, you know?
Yeah.
These kobolds.
That's what happens.
Like, you want to fight them? Fight them for me. That's going to be great.
Yeah. Even Slick would have been like, no, we're not going to sacrifice.
Wow, we found your threshold.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, oh, good. Well, however, lovey-dovey sickness clouded Vermeer's judgment, and the ultimate victim was Churgri herself. You guys took her out. That was awesome. I liked that fight. Go back and watch that one.
That was a tough one.
Nighttail found the kobold eggs, the one thing she wanted. But the party found the leader of the kobolds, Rogaz, had summoned a void of black space. Dark tentacles reached from the nothingness to heal the kobold when it was injured.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. And you get a heal, and you get a heal.
Can we steal that?
Yeah. You got to try it. It just disappeared at the end. It just
No.
Yeah. It took the party. There were all the party's remaining resources to defeat the leader. So you ended up defeating it. When it did, the blackness just collapsed in. It took the 2 remaining kobolds with it. I'll take you. I'll take you.
I was hungry.
I guess so. Nighttail gave a final farewell.
I'm taking my healing back.
Yeah. Nighttail gave a final farewell, heading east or west or somewhere, you're not exactly sure, with her precious eggs and her dinosaur hack. So Baroness Origina was pleased with the results. However, her distrust of the heroes would not allow her to hire them for a more pressing affair. Hunkley's estate needed to be cleared and cataloged. She told them there may be more work in the future, but for now, she was calling in aid from Wistful. Something changed her mind. I don't know what it could be.
I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Well, the venerable but still quite lively gnome Bassie, who was present at every meeting of Origina, along with Origina's son Arnhold, followed them, being you, out of the meeting. Bassie coyly led the party into a conversation, admitting she had manipulated Origina into not trusting you. She needed the party for a more pressing issue. Bassie runs a local black market of sorts called the Witch Bazaar, and Hunkley was a regular customer. She offered the party 500 gold pieces if they could get into Hunkley's manor and retrieve a ledger Hunkley kept of all the Witch Bazaar transactions, including something that spelled out her name specifically. The only problem is that the key to Hunkley's estate, Slick seems more like he seems like a seer right now.
See, we'd be in such a better position if I would have just kept that key.
Yeah, the problem is that the key to Hunkley's estate now lies with Origina's bedroom safe. The party kind of loosely agreed. I think you kind of said you were going to talk to each other and decide what you wanted to do. So that's where we start. The group is standing in the garden outside of the Davy Manor.
I was pretty sure we said we'd do it.
Yeah, I think so too. But I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to talk to everybody else or not. So I'll kind of let you guys go with it. So right now, you can see that we'll say the 4 of you are standing there, and up comes we'll say Zabari and Vamir come walking up just as you're speaking, ending at the end of that conversation you had with Bassie. She looks over at the 2 of you as you walk up. What are the 6 of you going to do as you stand here?
Scan the area for cops.
Yeah, be on the lookout. No, I don't think these 2 would turn us in.
I've seen you do a lot of crimes, and I've never turned you in.
I know. What are you after? What are you after, Vanny?
I'm just trying to get power.
Yeah, exactly. This is how we do it. This is a faster way.
Yes.
Bassie looks at you as you approach and kind of leaning in, kind of trying to understand if you're going to say anything.
So we were speaking Elvish. Not that she probably speaks it, but it would be something we would be saying.
Didn't catch that Elvish. You said that. But.
Sorry, no, I should have said it, but
yeah,
I will make sure and do that ahead.
Well, as she's still going to look as you speak to each other, she's looking kind of at the group to determine whether Zabari and I'm almost thinking Vamir. It's been that long. Zabari and Vamir are kind of being included in this conversation. She's talking to the 4 of you. She says, "Well, so you still haven't told me. Is there a date, a time? Time is ticking.
How long until this? How long until the gnomes show up? Yes,
I would guess 3 to 4 days. If 4 days, I'm sure they'll be here."
You said when we give you the key back, we have to get the key out. But when we give you the key back, you'll just take care of it, you said. But what exactly does that mean?
That means I'll take care of it. She kind of smirks.
No, I said exactly. Does that mean, are you going to put it back where it was?
I'm not going to be able to put it back. If I could take it out, if I could put it back, I could take it out.
I fully understand that one. So what do you mean? Because if it means throwing us under the bus, you got another thing coming, Bessie.
She looks at you. She goes, "If I was going to throw you on the bus, I wouldn't be making negotiations right now."
I meant cart. Throw us under the cart.
Yeah, throw you on the cart.
Well, what are you
As
gonna do
these
with the key?
things go, that's not a great way to build a relationship, right? So I'll trust her enough to want her to succeed in her own endeavors. Looking at
I'm
her.
just saying, it's nice to have a scapegoat if you're in her position.
Oh yeah.
I have ways of getting stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past her if it suited her or if it was a need, but right now I don't sense that need.
She says, "I have a way to get things back. I don't have a way to get things out. There are limitations to everything." She says, "So, when do you want to do this?"
Since I'm looking at her while she's telling me this, I'm gonna sense motive on that
All
one.
right, let's see what she has to say. Let's see what you pick up. All right, you don't get the sense that she's lying to you. That she probably does have a way to get something back.
Okay.
But she probably doesn't have a way. Think of maybe like a spell that can teleport something to a place, but you can't take it without knowing what it is or where it is.
All right. Fair. Okay. All right.
How
All right,
big
Bessie.
of an object is this?
The
The
ledger?
key.
It's a key. She's
Just
Oh,
the
yeah.
key.
We gotta get
Just
the
the
key.
key.
We gotta get the key out, and then we're gonna go get the ledger and anything else with some markings
the
that we
ledger.
like.
The ledger's a book. I'm sure you as a wizard know all about them.
Yeah.
It's not a huge tome that you need to cart
Yeah.
around like most of you wizards do. Nerds of the
No.
school.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah. It's
So-
just the biggest book in the world. Now, Slick, I don't know if you'd feel comfortable doing this, but in our time away, I have learned a new skill. I could make you invisible to the naked eye.
I'm completely down for this.
He's like, do it now.
Ah. You can learn new things even at your stage of lovey-dovey disorder? That's interesting.
She's... You see a single tear. She's gone now.
Yes, that's the advanced stage.
Out of sight, out of mind.
It will take some time for me, but no, I learned this new skill in my time of grieving.
That will come in handy.
You may be able to infiltrate the building.
Yes, that is a definite component of the plan, but we need to come up with a plan. I say not tonight, but what time of day is it?
If I recall from last time, let's just say it is midday. We'll just call it
Call it
that.
midday? Okay. I don't think tonight. I'd like to scope things out. Invisible.
That's so
bottle,
funny.
besides that.
Green bottle?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, it looks invisible with your. That's awesome.
Well, Topo Chico.
Ooh,
Pretty.
that's fantastic.
Isn't that
That's
hot?
what you drink to turn invisible.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Bassie looks and she's about to say something when she suddenly she goes. Shh. She turns and you can see Arnhold Dabby is walking up toward you and rather quickly.
I'm gonna
He has-
grab one of the flowers that are on the ground that she was pointing at
Sure,
recently,
no problem.
and she'll be like, and just be like, and this is the one you were just telling us about, right?
She's like, yes. And as Arnold he's kind of walking that fast walk as if, you know, that awkward, trying to be dignified, but also walking too fast.
speed walking.
Yeah. He's walking up and he comes walking up.
Greetings.
He says, "Ho there. Wait just a moment."
Yeah, what's up?
He looks at he kind of looks at the addition of the two new people who are here, who weren't at the previous meeting. And he kind of greets everybody. He says, "I need to ask you more questions regarding your recount of what happened." He looks.
We
at
were
you.
dismissed. We were dismissed. We can be. Are you hiring us?
Yeah, we got taken off the payroll. I'd kind of like
No,
to
no.
go take my break now.
Well, you do want to be hired again, right?
We do like the income.
Yeah. Well, when you spoke to my mother, you mentioned a Teparax.
Oh, yeah, they seem to. We got a warning about that
Yeah, you said that. You said the name, but my mother didn't flinch at it at all. And he kind of glances over at Bassie, and Bassie does one of these eye roll things, like looking around, like don't look at my way. I thought it sounded familiar, so I asked Calvin. He's the best cook in all of Belheim, and also a bit of a historian.
Is he a cat?
He looks at you for a moment, unsure of what you were saying, and then continues. A Teperax was the largest dragon that existed during the Dragon Plague. Did you know that? He looks over at you.
No.
At us?
Yeah. He's trying to see if you're holding out information from him.
Why would I care about that at all?
I mean, I did a knowledge check at the time, and I didn't ring a bell. So
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, does this ring a bell now though?
Bassie laughs and she goes, "Clearly these kobolds were praying to a ghost." Arnold looks over and says, "What if this dragon is still alive? What if there is an ancient black dragon still alive in the dragon pit? Doesn't that concern you?" He looks over at Bassie and then at the rest of you.
Miksi
Let
looks
sleeping dogs
fascinated.
Why poke at it?
How old would that be?
I don't see it flying around terrorizing the neighborhood right now.
Bassie looks over at you and she says, "Dr. Miksi, if a Teperax was alive, he would probably be close to 1,500 years old. But if he was alive, he certainly has shed a few pounds." She tries to stop him.
Or a few scales.
Unless he's been eating kobolds, I suppose.
Arnold looks over at Bassie suspiciously and says, "What are you saying?"
It's an interesting possibility.
You know, and there are undead dragons, I hear.
Bassie kind of smirks, says, "Dear boy, the skeleton of old Teperax is laid out for all to see in the Dragon Fen. Tula Belheim saw to that. If you ever left this fine village, took a raft down the Eskander Creek, you could see its remains at just the right angle. It's north of the old Iorian temple. Perhaps we should have invited Calvin to our council meetings instead of you," she laughs. Arnold wrinkles his nose, feeling a little slighted. "You are indeed the oldest person in Belheim, Bassie, but that doesn't give you the right to disrespect me. Remember, I am the son of the Baroness." He turns, stomping off.
Son of a something.
Bassie mutters back, "Exactly." Well,
Skeleton's all laid out, huh?
now that that's out of the way,
You think there could be other dragons though?
we haven't seen a dragon in and around Belheim for since Tula herself was around.
They did call it a scaly beast though, great scaly beast. But to the kobolds, great is, we'll point over at Zabari. He looks pretty big. They might call him a great metal beast.
To the kobolds, even some goblins look large.
Is there any kind of, I only got a brief description, but normally dragons are like an arcane check or something like that. Is there any kind of knowledge check I could try to?
What do you want to know? What kind of thing are you seeking to learn?
Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, could this be this, or is this obviously just bullcrap?
I think, you want to know
based
about
on descriptions.
You want to know if they could exist, or what exactly do you want to know?
Like, could they, I guess, like, I don't know enough about this creature. I've been away, but if these things could exist, would they be in this area of the world?
Could
Absolutely.
Dr. Miksi help? Or end up doing a separate check?
No,
'Cause
you don't need to help because he did fine on his check, and not to dismiss you, but I'm going to answer your question. There was a thing called the Dragon Plague, where dozens of dragons lived throughout this area.
Too many dragons.
In fact, Tula herself, the founder of Belheim, had slain many of these dragons herself.
Okay.
Yeah, so the plague, which was 1,000 years ago, had 36 dragons. Tula Belheim lost her family to a black dragon, a Teperax, who destroyed her hometown of Nazili. It was south of the Verdurian forest, and you know that. Tula led the mercenary groups called the Slayers of Nuzili, defeating more dragons than any. Her final triumph was defeating a Teperax. His bones still litter the dragon fen where Tula was laid to rest in a sacred tomb. So the Taldan awarded Tula the title of Baroness, and she founded Belheim. She married one of the Slayers, Artura Canticleer, descendant of good Baron Salro himself. So that's what you know. Could there be a dragon here? Sure, there were at one point there were dozens of them here, but have anybody seen any of them? No.
Okay. And I guess I would reiterate that to everybody.
Yeah. And you can ask more questions if somebody else wants to ask something, but it gets more difficult every time.
So he's like Tula Belheim's Ridley. Okay. But those kobolds definitely were doing some nasty magic. It's not impossible that a dragon was revived in some cheating magical way.
Basti goes, for what purpose? Look at this town. I mean, it's not a bad town. Look at the flowers. I mean...
Perhaps they revived the dragon just to see if they could.
Also could be some sort of ancient revenge.
Unless you are serving a dragon.
Yeah, could be.
Me, she says, me serving a dragon? I am not serving a dragon.
Eyes are just...
You are serving me. She smiles.
And you're serving someone else. That's the way of the world.
She looks and she says, not in this case.
Sense motive.
You got a sense motive?
Absolutely, especially on that one.
Okay. You don't sense anything different that she's necessarily lying to you. But you personally can think of whatever you want.
He just squints at her a little bit.
She says, well, fine. I'll let you do your recon. Do what you want. And we'll assume that tomorrow night then?
Yes.
Sounds fair.
She's like, and I'll go stomp off. And
so what exactly is the plan? You're going to leave a window open?
Well, that was what I was going to do, but if you want me to do something else, maybe we can do something else.
Just leave the safe open.
Here's this dynamite. You just like...
No, that's fine.
Blows up the house like at the end of Batman, where the man just explodes.
So our main goal is to go grab the key, explore the house,
get the ledger,
find the ledger and whatever, and then get out.
Yes.
All without in that time frame. We need to get you the key back. Is that what I'm understanding?
You need to get me the key back.
Or do we need to put the key back as well?
No, you need to get me the key back before the next morning because I have to get it back before she knows it's gone.
Wait, we need to raid the estate in the same night?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I want recon.
What time?
Damn.
What time does she usually go to sleep, not just go into her chambers?
No, that's hard to say. I mean, I'm not rarely there, so I would assume. I would assume 2 hours to midnight. She'd probably be sleeping.
Yeah, the more information we have, the more likely this is to succeed.
I can tell you,
in your benefit.
I can tell you that
it behooves you to give us as much information as you could possibly.
Well, I'll tell you that. I do know that. So.
And you already gave us sort of the rough map of how to get from the window to her through her chambers and into where the safe is. I know that much.
Now, if for some reason you cannot complete your mission in one night, do not come out during the day. Stay in there.
Really?
And come out only come out early.
Oh, you're talking about Hunclaves?
Yeah.
Not the Baroness's study.
Yeah, no. You cannot complete your mission inside of Hunclaves.
Hide behind the bookcase.
But you definitely need to be done within a few days. If you skip today, you're gonna have 2 days maybe before the wisp will arise, and then she's gonna go find the key and find it missing.
Yeah.
But I would like you to have it done in one night. But if you can't, do not come wandering out at noon.
Understood.
Hey guys. Okay. Like I said, just
find a spot to go sleep.
Where
got a
should we
bed in there,
where
I'm
should we
sure.
meet you then? Let's say around what time does she wake up usually, Baroness?
Oh, between 5 and 6, I'm guessing.
All right. So
But
where should we meet you
the-
at
the
around
important-
4 a.m.?
The important part is that we get it done before the people from Wispel get here.
Understood. Where should we meet you to hand back the key?
Where do you want to meet me? She smiles.
You know this town better than we do.
That is true.
Right there. He points behind there's like the guy, the cemetery. The guy was like digging.
Let's meet at the Sunset House.
Sunset House.
Be careful of the guards that are in the tent just near the old quarry road.
Oh, of course. I
They're-
made good friends with him.
Yes, if they see you wandering out of the house, we may have problems. So be careful.
The Sunset House certainly sounds like a place for like a final standoff type situation.
Nice foreshadowing.
Perfect meeting place.
She says, "Well,
Yeah, I haven't unlocked guns yet if we're looking for a Mexican standoff.
I'm just waiting to see Dr. Miksi walking slowly in slow motion as the explosion's happening,
Desperado style.
Desperado
So if
style.
you don't
Yeah.
see us by about 5
Yeah.
a.m.
I'm not planning
next
on
morning.
bringing that many alchemists' fires.
It'll be the next one.
Then you
Why
see
not?
Vivimir burning to death in the background.
how many how much alchemist fire we're gonna bring?
All of it.
Okay.
Don't trip.
Remember, the idea is that metagaming wise or above the table, you can't take anything out of there that doesn't have the mark of
Right.
the
witch symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll know. And
Well, they possibly can know. That's the problem. You're not sure which one,
Yeah.
what they're going to know about. All right. Given that, I'm gonna let you go on your way. Bessie says, "Well, I'm gonna go off and blend in like I do."
I'd like to go back to the inn and eat garbage. What? It's free.
You get no response from Ben.
fruit.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
So you said we know which room is. We know which room it is.
Which
From
room?
the
What is?
outside? The Baroness's chamber.
She
No.
pointed it out, didn't she? That which
She
window
said
she's
she
gonna
said it
leave?
was in the tower.
She said which window she's going to leave open in
Yeah.
the Baroness's thing.
It's not. She's not going to leave the window open into the Baroness' bedroom. She's going to leave the window open in the first floor, and her room is most likely up in the tower.
Yeah, she gave us a little map though, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, this window, we can go up here, and then you need to go through the bedroom to get to the study.
We've also been in it.
For parts of it, yeah.
You've been in a lower level, yeah. You've been through the
yeah,
foyer.
we haven't been in her room,
No,
right? Yeah.
None of it. Well, not. I mean, unless you guys are playing with.
not yet, Mr. Lovey-Dovey.
Hey,
Come on.
You guys solo adventuring. You got to write your fan fiction.
You already, Graham?
I'm writing fairy smut right now.
Yeah, we need to go get some potions though, guys.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, I'm.
Who's got those?
I'm
Okay, I can make a potion now that makes you go faster.
Nice.
like that.
No, hang on. I don't think I have the full. It didn't jump over right. I'll figure it out.
That's sure.
But it would be
Faster,
preferable to give it to Zabari anyway.
Did we? I think we got. Since we split up the last.
This is a bonus to acro, stealth, thievery checks. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys
This
all
is
take your
a
3.1 gold pieces each from
moderate.
Brophy's mom?
Quicksilver.
Brophy's mom.
Yeah, I did.
got
So-
it
Got it going on.
Good. She had it going on. And she gave it all to us.
I've just been waiting so long.
All right. So,
Okay.
yeah. By the way,
I found
the
the thing.
Quicksilver mutagen gives you a +1. Gives you a bonus roll is +1 to acrobatics checks, stealth checks, thievery checks, reflex
Yeah,
checks.
I have a moderate because I'm 3rd level now.
Oh, nice. So you got +2.
Yeah, actually,
Minus 2 penalty to fortitude.
I can actually make a bunch of those and hand them out tomorrow.
Excellent. Yes, please.
What else can you make?
Let's see. I've got glue bombs. I was planning on taking a bunch of smoke bombs because my Oh, you haven't met her yet. I need to make a bunch of smoke bombs, but I can get you some quicksilver mutagens. Zabari, I can help you with that vision of yours. I have a dark vision elixir. I can make one of those. You can keep it in your pocket just in case you end up in the dark.
That'll be handy.
How about this? I'll make a few quicksilvers. I'll make a dark vision. I can hand out some elixirs of life.
Yes, please. I've got 2.
I'll make bombs on my own. I can do that pretty fast.
I'll probably
and
go buy
then
one more healing potion.
A couple of smoke bombs.
I'll mark that off.
How much are they?
4 gold.
Oh, just one smoke bomb.
Need one?
I have less than 3.5 gold pieces left. I am broke.
I'll give you 2 if you need them.
2 gold pieces?
Yeah. If you want to get that, buy half of it for you.
Stand out.
Oh, yes.
All right, I'll mark off 2.
Thank you. 45 silver pieces. Woohoo! Yeah, we need to get paid.
Anything else anybody's gonna pick up or buy on the way here?
I do have 5 bottles of booze, so
Nice. You're ready to go.
Oh, we should get freaking wasted before we go in there.
You've been drinking. You definitely have 4 bottles of booze now.
Liquid courage, right?
No, I stole one from the.
Yeah, I know. I assume that's what got you to 5.
No, no.
You're 5.5 now?
Well, I finished that one at 5.
Okay, I get it now. I'm all caught up.
Okay. So are you guys ready to go, or you guys want to do some shopping? Should we take a break and do some shopping?
Well, I think he's got a build list, and I think I don't know. I don't think we need to do any shopping.
I don't need to do any shop. We did shop.
We'll bring some quicksilver mutagens. I've got an extra elixir of life if somebody doesn't have one, and hopefully we don't get stabbed in there. And the dark vision for Zabari, and
why? If we get stabbed, does the elixir come out, or what happens?
I mean, I can heal you. This is just if you need something that you can keep in your pocket for the day.
Yep, definitely.
So
we're gonna scout tonight, right?
Yeah. Where is this? Is across the little bridge there?
Well, the first, Devi Manor is the first one, right? So
Devi Manor is down here. This is where you are. This is where where you received, talk to her, and where she lives, where she stays.
And what's that corralled area? What is that?
These are where they keep their horses and those type of things. So
Okay.
they have a
corral.
Yeah, they both have horses and things like that. There's also behind the Devi Manor a spot where the soldiers stay. There's anywhere to
barracks
like a barracks for anywhere to up to a dozen soldiers are there at any one time. She had warned you about that. That if you make enough noise, they can call them. They have runes and all kinds of stuff that can call in the soldiers.
Yeah.
Hey, I won't make any blasting stones.
Yeah, quiet is the
Yeah.
kind of name of this game. Where can we post up here to watch the manor?
That's up to you. What do you what do you want to take? Are you going to come back in the evening? Or are you going to watch during the day? What do you want to do?
I guess it doesn't matter for me and Slick Willy. We have dark vision, so we could scout at night.
And I've got a torch. I could definitely light that up and then call attention to us.
Yeah.
Light it like a giant pyre, just so you can really see.
Yep. Just in a different part of the area, though. Hi guys. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just.
Gondor calls for aid.
Such a nice night. I figured I'd just post up and against this tree and read my script here.
Well, I think for recon, I think we should split into 2 groups.
That always works.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just watching. We shouldn't technically get involved with anything. Yeah, shut up. But I don't want to go at this blind. Who's our most stealthy?
You,
obviously.
probably.
I mean, I'm pretty hard to see if I'm not moving anywhere.
I've got an 8.
If you guys can get an idea of their schedule a little bit more pinned down, that'd be really helpful for sure.
I have a 7 in stealth, but like I said, I can give somebody invisibility for 10 minutes Especially, I don't mind using a second level spell, especially if we're not going in tonight.
10 minutes. I want to sit and watch
for hours, right?
The owls.
Tonight.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I want
What
to
would
get
be
there
the best
before-
10 minutes if we picked an invisible 10 minutes for someone to get close? Is
True.
it at the time
So
when
let's
they come
come off
inside?
An
we use
elixir
that?
would be the best then, because they could do it whenever they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's hold off, and then if we see something, like we see an
Say
opening,
something.
I'll probably cast, probably on Slick Will. You probably have the best stealth. And
I don't know. The monk is probably equally as stealthy.
What do we got? Because
I'm pretty
7.
sure. Where?
I think Brannok has an 8. I got an 8.
You also have an 8. Okay.
I have a 9.
So, there you
So,
He's pulling the German on us.
9.
go. He has nothing? Oh my god.
We got a 2. Maybe not me. It's not
All right, so
pick-
the idea
not
that
it.
you're going to scout tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think 3 of us should go scout out the manor, and 3 of us need to see there is a guard tent by the Hunkley's house.
Yeah, across from the
Across
the
from
road.
it. Now they're human, I believe.
Yeah, the last they were.
Yeah, I chatted him up a bunch. Made a good
Uh-huh.
impression on him.
So you did do that. Maybe
Yeah.
you should go hang out with them
I
tonight.
think I should. And then tomorrow, if they happen to see me, I'd just be super friendly and maybe that can be a distraction if we need it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You're going to make an impression?
I already did.
Yeah.
They're
It would
besties. We're
make
besties
more
now.
of an impression.
Yeah.
Sure.
Take Zabari with you.
Zabari, you up for that?
You guys are old chums from the old school.
I'm trying to do a better job of asking if you want
Yeah,
to stick
sure,
with
I'm
something
in.
rather than
Demanding.
rather than just
Ordering.
like, hey, we're going party tonight. Let's go, Zabari.
Whoop whoop.
No, this is serious. I want to make sure you get your buy-in, sir.
And actually, and then the 2 goblins are do one of the goblins want to stay here? Bammy, do you want to stay here or stay with the humans?
I can if we don't think we need to cast invisibility. I could stay with the humans and just kind of hang out.
Or do you want to come with us? Who wants to go scout out the Devi Manor? The Bevy Manor, what is it?
Devi. D.
Devi.
Devi.
Technically, it's D-A-V-Y,
Davy.
Davy. But I always say Devi. It just rolls off.
All right.
I could do a stakeout. I mean, it looks like they've got like a feed trough over there for the animals, so I should be set. If I want to stake out here, if all goes wrong, I've got a smoke bomb, so I can at least make sure they don't see me.
Yeah. I have okay stealth, but I don't trust my rolls, so maybe I'll stick with the humans.
Okay.
How gracious.
Okay, so we have the human group going to talk to the people at the tent, and the other group that is going to scout out the Devi Manor. Let me see. Why don't we have Brannok? Why don't you roll me a d6, and if you get 1, 2, or 3, you get to go first. Your group. All right. So the other group is going to go. So I think it's the humans with talking to the old quarry road. Okay. You're going to wait till the evening, right? You're going to go right now. I'm assuming you're waiting. Till the
Well, late afternoon.
Okay.
I do want to get a kind of vibe of like changing the guards.
Same.
Sure.
Same with the guard
All right.
station.
And-
We're gonna. So we'll probably head out around the same time, just like mid evening, late evening,
Is
whatever.
everybody at max HP? And that time, Miksi would be able to get you.
Perfectly.
Yeah, we
go
should
ahead,
be.
go ahead and
Yeah.
heal yourself
Okay,
up.
we're good.
But here's what I'm
I'm
thinking,
good.
guys. Let's get some. Here's what we should do tonight, guys. We're gonna go see if this witch tower's got any ghosts tonight. We're gonna bring a picnic. All right, picnic basket.
Okay.
Right? And we're just gonna go hang out at near the edge of the witch tower. There shouldn't be any corpses left. They buried all those guys, right? Like this isn't
Right,
a
you know.
crime scene or nothing. But we can go hang out on the hill up there, right? It's on a hill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll stay the night out there and look for ghosts and we're gonna
Okay.
write it down. This is my mission
All right.
tonight, guys.
If we're looking for ghosts, about how big are the sandwiches gonna be?
Ooh, good question. Let's stock up.
Yeah.
We can get a bunch of supplies.
You need some sandwiches for your picnic basket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get some sandwiches. We'll bring.
Yogi?
We're actually gonna go eat up there. We're actually bringing some food, snacks, and maybe a bottle of wine. And yeah, we're gonna stay up and watch and look for ghosts, among other things.
Okay.
But looking for ghosts is legit. All right.
All right.
Ghost hunt, guys.
You wander up the hill. The sun is low. It spatters oranges, followed by layers of pinks rippling through the hemisphere. Blues lingering in the distance, just touching the edges of the trees as the sun slowly dissolves. It's in the west. You kind of walk past the tent and you walk over near the ruins of what was the witch tower. At that point, a guard walks out, a guard you have not seen before, and he looks over at you. Yeah, from the tent. He walks out and he goes, "Ho there, sir.
Oh, hey.
The witch tower is off limits. We are here to guard it."
Oh, you know we're the group that went up there and actually investigated from the orders from Baroness.
No, I didn't watch any of the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is Deputy Had here tonight?
Oh, he won't be here for at least another half hour to 45 minutes.
That guy's pretty good. We met him the other night when we were coming back into town.
Does he let you wander over to the witch
No.
tower?
We just met him back on the road. He's nothing going on there. No, well, we were actually. You do remember the situation where it exploded, and the Baroness sent us down into there. Not that I need to go up there right now. We were hoping to, but I understand if it's off limits.
Yes. We don't want anybody going over there right now. That's why we're positioned here. We have to take our turns at this tent, and we're stopping anybody from. If you want to just go up the Old Quarry Road, if you want to leave town, you certainly can. There's not much there. Dragonfen is beyond.
Well, that's fair. We were looking. Actually, I was just curious if I kind of talked these guys into coming and checking out and having a picnic up here tonight, and just seeing if we could spot any ghosts. I'd heard stories. I was wondering if they're around here. We cleared out, and he'll go on and tell some stories about what happened, like when we went under and that we found.
Why don't you roll me a diplomacy?
Absolutely. Make sure I don't have any curse bound going on right now. Okay, there we go.
I swear, officer, I'm just going to
nice.
So I'll tell them the stories about how we went down in there and that we found the big, was it not cockroaches, the centipedes, and we found the haunts down there. So there was some ghost activity way down in there, and honestly, it's just it would be in the best interest of the town if we did see any other ghosts, so we could take care of them. But I get it. If you don't want us to help defend that area, we can go find another hill and just maybe look from further away. Would it be all right if we looked around and just from further away?
He kind of flinches a little bit. He goes, "As a follower of Abadar, I'm shocked that you would think there'd be ghosts around here. I mean, you sound like one of those weird shellings or those green things."
I'm just telling you what we saw. There was definitely a haunt down there. A couple that we came across.
The mind can play tricks on you in the dark.
I know it.
People for years have claimed they saw.
That's why I always got this on me. He points at his lantern.
Yeah, people for years have thought they saw a witch looming around the top of that witch tower up there. And I never saw one.
Well, I'll tell you what. When we threw a little bit of gristle into that cell, we heard the eating noises, and then it was gone. So.
You're trying to tell me that you saw the witch in the witch tower?
No, it was a man. He was pleading for us to let him out. He said he was starving, hungry, and that's when we're like, well, I mean, if you want some food, here you go. And
I'm getting kind of hungry now. I wonder where those guys are. He looks back at because we're supposed to have a shift change here.
You want a snack? I got a little extra.
No, I don't want a snack. I think you need to move on though. You can go if you want to stare at the stars. Too bad you couldn't get into Hunkley's place. He looks over and you see on the top there's this dome. It's like this glass dome.
Yeah, I heard that was an observatory over there.
Yeah, he would stare up there. Every once in a while, I'm walking on the Old Quarry Road. If you looked at the glass, you could see something that's moving up there. There's something that peeks out that glass.
Old Hunkley when he was there.
Yeah,
he would move around and stuff up there.
Yeah, I never saw him anywhere else. Well, yeah, I saw something moving around.
Wait, are you saying now something's still moving?
No. That old coop got that old coop's gone. That place has been dark for near a week.
That's good. I don't want to hear anything about that place.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to go up there either because we're off limits too.
He just ignores that. He's like, I don't want to hear anything about that.
A lot of off limits places in this here town.
A week?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys been on this adventure for about a week.
All right, so you said we could go where?
He says you can head over to Odelai's if you want to go near her first. You can go hang out by the Sunset House, although I don't know who wants to go to that freak show place.
I was just looking for something that was a
seen
little
it?
bit of a hill or something where we could at least observe the witch tower.
Oh, well,
Maybe we don't have to be in there because I get the rules. All right.
yeah, I
but
mean, I don't know if there's another hill nearby. It's kind of like the biggest hill on the. That's why Hunkley liked that place.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's always complaining about the witch tower getting in his way from what he could see. He's trying to always look at the sky.
What if we hung out? What if we just hung out over here? Like we hang out maybe across the road from you guys?
As long as you're on the other side of the Oak Quarry Road, I guess you can't really complain.
All right. We won't be a bother. What's your name?
My name is Dirk Dagger.
Dirk Dagger.
Good to meet you.
Yes, former dancer.
I know how to cut a rug a little bit myself, sir. That's fantastic. You're professional.
Well, I used to be a professional. Yeah, it didn't work out. I liked eating too much. Didn't have the body.
Cadaro to the knee.
So, unfortunately, now I spend my time less dancing and more watching.
Well, that's fair. That's
Kinda
fair.
hungry.
Me too.
All right. He heads back into the tent.
All right, we'll set up shop just kind of, up the road a little ways so we can see the witch tower, we can see Hunkley's estate, we can watch them.
Sure.
But we're watching you get the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was pretty close to just casting sleep on this guy.
You could have.
I was like, oh man, I don't know this guy.
We're expecting guard change. We just learned that within like the first
Put
minute
a
of
dark
talking
dagger
to
in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, get this guy fired. You're sleeping on duty.
Hey, you're a dark dagger.
That's pretty funny.
All right. It isn't long until you see two soldiers wandering down the old Quarry Road. And I have to remember the name of my people.
There was where did my little heading go? There it is. Deputy Had.
Hod. Yeah, Hod. All right. Yeah, as you wander down, you can see that these two soldiers are wandering around. You recognize the one you've been speaking to, Deputy Hod. He walks up to the tent. He looks over and kind of gives you a wave, and then you see him stepping into the tent. They have it's sort of quiet outside for maybe 5 minutes at most, and then you see Dirk come walking out.
I'll wave at him too.
Yeah. He gives you a little funky dance move, as if he's showing off a bit.
Do I recognize it? I might recognize
I don't
it.
know.
I got some heraldry lore.
You rolled a 1, so you didn't recognize it at all.
I'll just be like that's red. You're good at that.
He kind of gives you the
Finger guns.
Like he goes like this because they're like hand crossbows.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Vermeer does the Carlton back to him.
Yeah.
Little dance too.
All right, he goes wandering off with his associate.
We'll try to note what time it is as well.
It's about close to 11. We'll call it 11.
Cool.
All right, and yeah, that's what you see. Anything else you want to do while you're here?
No, I think we're just keeping an eye on what they're doing. You know, if they do any rounds or if they're just staying inside, we're gonna watch them, but we're facing the witch tower. Yeah. Under the plans that we laid out.
Yeah, you stay there for a good part of the night, and you realize that though they're supposed to be guarding the Hunkley estate and the witch tower, they don't really come out all that often. They seems very erratic and irregular, more or less like they probably forgot, and then they suddenly realize, I have to go out and check something. And sometimes they just peek their head out and look around, and then sometimes they'll actually walk up to the estate. And you
do actually go up to it.
Yeah, you see Hod walks up the side of the road to almost to the entrance right about here. He walks up there, and I'll move the map down a little bit just so everyone can see. He kind of walks up to the map like right about here, and he'll kind of look around, like look at the door. He won't get too close though. He like walks up within like sight distance of the door, looks around, kind of gives a nod to himself and walks back.
Okay, and there's no regularity to this. It's like, half an hour, 45 minutes, 20 minutes. They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it's almost like these two don't really have a schedule. They kind of exist in their own world.
I'll ask on one of the trips back. I'll be like, "See any ghosts?"
I looks over. He looks over and he says, "No, why did you?"
Not tonight. It's just.
Wait.
Didn't Dirk say that? Something we're up here. We saw some haunts down in the dungeon back there, and I figured it'd be a fun night to hang out here and under the stars and.
You don't want to see. You don't want to. That witch is out there. That when that tower came down, the witch was freed. She can sneak in. She can consume the children.
I'm listening with rapt attention.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Same.
The witch has been freed from the tower. You don't want to be out here too long.
Have you seen
What are
her?
you doing out here? What's that?
Have you seen her?
I probably did. I just probably missed her. She moves fast.
Huh. Well, we haven't seen her, but there's the kobolds. I saw some kobolds.
Well, at one time there were 6 of you. It looks like there's only 2 of you left, or 3 of you left.
Oh, well, the rest of them are being boring. I just talked these guys into seeing if we could catch any other activity.
They're just at the tavern drinking, but we had an interest in seeing ghosts and maybe even this witch you speak of.
Well, if you see the witch in the witch tower, and the witch sees you, that is the end. You will die there. Looking at her alone will kill you.
Sounds horrifying. I'll keep an eye out. Maybe just half an eye.
Yeah, don't look too hard.
Yeah.
What if she comes here?
What's that? Well, we stay inside the tent. They can't. The witch can't come into your house unless you invite them.
Well, why wouldn't she just wait for you when you go make your rounds? I'm not there. Never mind. Shut up.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear
Amir,
that?
sensing. Just like Willy asks questions.
No, I'm just listening to his story, and it's interesting.
You get the idea that these two are followers of Shellen. They are a little bit, and to say that they are superstitious of the witch appearing. You think most of the time they get nervous about wandering throughout at night, but they still sort of do their rounds. But for the most part, they don't want to be there. They believe that the witch has been released from the witch tower and is roaming free.
Well, we'll keep an eye out. If we see anything out there, we'll holler for you for sure.
Yeah. And to be fair, there's nothing that you've seen that says they're lying.
So
fair, but nothing that we've also seen that's corroborated either.
Yeah.
Is the mansion lit up in any way?
No, it's completely black.
And the estate as well.
You're talking about the Hunkley estate, right?
Hunkley's.
Yeah. No, it's
black.
very dark. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if there was like magic, he had magic torches or something that go on.
Nope.
Periodically throughout the night.
As far as you've seen walking past it, that you've not seen anything. And when you look at it now, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Okay.
Want to ask me any questions? Okay. So
Just trying to make an impression with them and be friendly and all that stuff. So
all right.
I'll let them get back to work. too.
Meanwhile, back. Oh, I had hit a button here. Meanwhile, back down here, the rest of you. This is early in the evening, about the same time that they went over to see the Old Quarry Road. You come wandering up the path. As you do so, there are soldiers, as you can see, walking up. Let's see. Are you trying to be stealthy as you approach?
This is on our way to the Devi Manor, or
Yeah, walking up the
I'm gonna
Green
move.
Hill Road.
Move my token.
I would have. Is this just all open, or what kind of terrain are we talking here?
It's mostly open. I mean, it's a map, so there's sure you can find little places to hide behind.
Yeah, there's some trees and stuff, right?
But relatively speaking, it's open.
Because I would try to like sequester myself in these. If I could somehow get to these woods undetected, that would be my
Probably
goal.
could. I mean, you just have to worry about this people, somebody at the Sunset House.
it's so far too. We can't see who enters the manor from here.
Yeah, it'll be even with dark
For
vision.
now.
What's that?
For now,
Yeah.
later, as once things get settled,
Okay. You tell me.
we'll see these blobs of orange light, and we can see the mansion, right? We can see the manor.
You're saying try to find a tree where you can sort of hide out in the woods, but watch at least the lights from farther away.
Sure, that's okay.
And then when it gets darker yet is when you might make a different move.
Okay,
So
so
what I'm
exactly.
hearing.
you guys
Yeah.
want to start out there? Okay. Anybody else
Sure.
not wanting to start out there? That would be Brannok and Dr.
Sounds
Miksi.
good to me.
We should stay close. I don't have any smoke bombs prepared yet tonight, but I can make one on the spot.
I have a couple minor smoke bombs.
We're just.
Where'd you get those?
They came with my monk kit.
I found him.
I've had these forever.
Dr. Mixi's like, I misplaced those 2 weeks ago. Dang
I
it.
may have taken them from your stash long ago.
Okay, so the group of you head out over to this area and begin scouting out what's going on at the Devi Manor. All right, let me back the map up so people can see a little bit of what's going on, because it's a bigger area than I was expecting, which is fine. So, all right, as the group of you head over to watch the Devi Manor, it doesn't take long to instantly realize that there are soldiers that actually wander around. It takes them about every minute or so, a soldier walks by. Every minute or so, a soldier walks by. They kind of walk around the outside of the manor. Kind of, if you look at that gray circle right about here, that's roughly about the area that they're kind of walking around the manor.
Okay.
Just very roughly, but gives you an idea.
Okay. And this is early evening yet?
Yeah, this is early evening, right? They kind of, it looks like they're sort of like doing a casual walk. They're not moving that fast, so it takes them
every
a little
minute.
bit of
Every minute there's a guy?
Yeah, about every minute or so, you see somebody wandering. But the manor is not like, it's.
I know, but that's.
They're just kind of slowly moving. Then is what you're.
Yeah, they're just gonna wander by, and it's
that's still a lot of movement for a manor.
You haven't seen Zelda? This is how it works. You have to have something. We have to like hide behind the piece, and he's like, there in Zelda. There's a dude who wanders in a circle, and he's there like every 10 seconds. He wanders around. So this minute is a lifetime to that Zelda guy. All right. So about every minute or so, somebody wanders by the manor house itself. Beyond that, you can see that the lights are on inside of this house right here. You can see, but there's nothing really on over here. It's kind of quiet over in that other one. You can see that the lights inside of the manor turn on and off various points. It's quite populated. You can see people in the windows. You don't really see any activity. You said around, you guys did you show up at about 11 or 10 or when it was still sunny, or when did you guys start out at sunset?
Yeah, it would have been just before sunset.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see when they changed guards.
Absolutely. So you can see as the sun goes down, it gets kind of late. You can see that the lights in the tower slowly kind of turn on. Mm-hmm. They were off before for the most part.
What kind of lights?
They appear to be they don't appear to be firelight, so they appear to be constant, probably a magical source.
Okay.
Yeah, you're guessing. The lights go on, and you can see people moving around. Let's see, it's far enough away. You really can't make it out in the individuals at this far away. You can kind of just see images. Sometimes, like even though they're far away, the shape of a person can be different. You might not be able to see the specifics, but you can you see the shape of your mom. You're like, I think I know my mom, right? So, I
mean, as it gets darker, I'd try to get closer.
Well, that's for you. That's what I'm saying. So now, as the day wanes, the pinks and oranges and reds of the skies slowly fade into blues, to light blues, to dark blues. The sun going away, and the stars appearing, glistening over Belham. The rest of Belham begins lighting up slowly throughout the course of the late evening. You see there's torches that are on at the bridges, and you can see that there is torches and lights happening around this particular stable.
Are there horses in both of these stables? The big one and the small one?
The only one you've gotten really close to is this one. You didn't see anything over here. There might be, but you didn't see any. This, of course, is the Undertaker's place where they would bury people. So there's
a little cemetery.
Yeah, the cemetery.
So where are there a ton of horses in here?
No, you're guessing maybe 8.
Okay, and are they at the house here, or are they just roaming?
They were roaming. They get pulled in at night, though.
They do get pulled in at night.
Yeah.
So as they're getting pulled in, I would try and skirt this fence if possible.
No problem. Yep.
Okay. To see where these.
Wait for me.
I'm hoping
Miksi
you
will-
guys are
will
following.
follow, yeah.
I'm going to stop talking here in just a second, but I'm heading for this coast, this woods right here is kind of where I want to head.
All right, you wander around. You don't seem to, and nobody seems to see you as you wander around the outer edge of the.
And which of the? Go ahead.
As you wander around the outer edge of the fence, it's far enough away. They're probably not necessarily spotting or looking out for you. The soldiers wandering around seem to be more concerned about what's happening in the immediate vicinity.
Which
Of
side
the
of this is the tower? Is it the circle part? That's
Yeah,
the tower.
yeah.
That's where her chambers
That's where
are.
they think. That's where you think is the tower. That is the tower. That's where Bessie had said was.
Yeah, her quarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Miksi goes, we gotta see the other side. We
Yep.
gotta see if Devi's a night owl.
So, yeah, I guess here would be a target. Yes.
Yeah.
I point to the trees.
All right.
What's the slope like by the river bank?
It's fairly steep. As you can see, the lines get closer and closer to each other. The closer the lines are, the more steep it is. You'd think it's steeper closer to the river than it would be down the backside here, where we're down here. So these lines are farther apart. These lines are closer. Kind of.
Which way does the river flow?
It's heading from this direction here toward this direction.
East.
Okay.
Yeah, it's east. This.
I mean, I'm not a great swimmer, but if we have to,
Makes a decent escape route if we things go sideways.
I haven't perfected the bouncy goblin potion yet, but I'm sure if I push you down this hill, you're gonna make it into the river.
All right. Well, you can see as you wander to the backside, though, that at the backside of the Davy Manor, there is sort of like a guardhouse that's attached to the manor itself. This guardhouse, you think, can hold anywhere between 8 and 10 soldiers. The doors are closed, but the lights are all on inside there. And there is one soldier who's standing outside of, sitting against the door, sort of casually looking around. But
And where is this?
this is right where this E is in Davy Manor.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a guardhouse that's attached. You think that if the alarm gets sent off inside the manor house, any number of those guards can come rushing in.
Okay. And are the grounds particularly lit up?
Not especially, no. You don't see them well lit up. You see near the house some of the house lights. They have like lights outside the house.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but there are lights around the whole house. But the grounds, not so much. They seem like they get near. You'll see the lights get around the room right here. You can see this paddock where the horses are. There's a few outside lights and a few outside lights near the entrance and the back door where the guard station is, but not so much on the south and more south and more north ends of it. Kind of a little more less light, and definitely not too much light on the outside here.
Okay.
Is that
Lights up.
one door to the guardhouse I see? I could maybe post up there with a glue bomb, and if they come out, I can just glue the whole thing shut.
How long does that last?
Yeah,
Maybe long enough to get away.
Yeah.
a minute, a round. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Could nail
Yeah.
it shut.
Getting away.
Blockade it somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Jam it.
we're looking for the lights going out, like as it gets darker and darker.
Yeah.
Later and later. I want to see what kind of room goes out the last up on the upper floors there.
Sure.
I think that's a fairly safe bet that would be.
Yeah, you think you pinpoint the room that kind of goes out the latest about
Yep.
in the tower. There's
And
room, and there's
is there-
lights still on down below.
Yep. Well, I figured that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You kind of get it. Like I said, you get a sense for that. The soldiers walk around. They definitely are. They'll talk to each other when they get when they get to their house. They're fairly quiet when they wander around. You see anywhere between 2 or 3 guards moving around in any one time. Oh, but a guard. So a guard will pass by. Every. We're saying roughly a minute.
Man, Dr. Mixi's hungry. Are we kind of like out in their backyard?
There's
Like,
no.
is this their property? Like the property that they would use that their kids play on and stuff?
Maybe when they were younger, yeah. Arnhold's much too big for that, but he might use it for archery ranges or whatever.
Is there any junk around? Like refuse, piles of junk? I don't know.
Not really.
A broken bike.
It seems reasonably well kept.
Use your sniffer.
You know, the thing about it, they have all these guards that are wandering around, and a lot of times they have nothing to do, so they probably send them around.
Yeah, go haul garbage.
Yeah, go clean.
You could eat one of the guards.
Yeah.
She's a neat freak. I'm an
It's true,
iron gut, not a razor tooth.
Yeah, very much. I would say, I don't know if she's a neat freak, but she's definitely neat.
Neat freak compared to a goblin.
Yeah, or at least, at least an iron guy. Yeah, see, it seems very like if you ever wandered around where they have like the guard is near the house, near the walls, are very well groomed. They maybe even be cut in certain shapes, maybe even some maybe a shape of like a rooster or something like that. Kind of.
You have topiary.
Yeah, kind of topiary in some ways, in very very specific places. But you get the idea that Bella that Belhaim's Baroness wants to be much more elevated in the city in Teldor than she probably really is, but she wants to live like she owns it. You know what I mean? So
she's putting forth that vibe.
Right. She wants to be seen by any Teldorian who appears here that she is of other quality, right? Yeah. So she sort of keeps that up, and some of its appearances by, just like I said, keeping the grounds, having guards, things like that.
Show up force.
Yeah, but also there is some practicality in the fact that there was recently a attack on the town and by the goblin or by the kobolds, and she may or may not have taken any action by hearing the word a Teperax, whether she believes it or not. You haven't heard.
So the kobolds attacked the town?
They blew up the tower.
They attacked the witch tower. The kobolds attacked the witch tower.
Okay.
If they could blow up a witch tower, they could blow up the Debbie Manor, right? Well,
sure.
You're not sure. So she may not necessarily know. And she doesn't necessarily trust you guys either.
Well, I know that.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of, although she probably is not posting guards to stop you. She's probably posting guards just because mostly is the fact that she wants to have an air of importance.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys want to do? Have you seen enough? Anything else you want to know?
Seems like we have.
Can we tell if they have an inside patrol and if they're different?
You don't really see an inside patrol, like lights going on in any regularity. In fact, it seems kind of quiet inside. Like you see, there's one light at probably a den of some sort that's on for most of the night. You see the tower is almost black by the time it's 11 o'clock. It's pretty much all dark in there. But you were warned by Bassi that there is some magical preventative magic in here.
Wonderful. How stealthy is Zabari? Not? Zero? Zilch? Nada?
I got a 4.
Okay, no?
No, not at all.
I can get that up to a plus. I can get that up to a 6.
He jumps up and down and rattles his chainmail and goes, not stealthy.
Hey. No. Well, I mean, you could take that off. There's nothing saying.
Yeah.
Have to have that. And if it gets to that on this mission, I think we failed. It'll be nice to have you on the grounds nearby, in case things do go south. But as far as going into the manor, I don't think you should go.
I don't think.
No offense.
I think we should have a small group go inside to retrieve.
Yeah.
Well, to a point, yes.
Well,
we need resources.
Outside group might be able to distract.
Yes.
In some sort.
Oh, I can distract, yes.
Before Goblin Team and Slick pack up from Devi Manor, can we check out the river from their backyard, see if that would be a viable escape route?
You think it probably would be. It does. The Verduran Fork does not move that fast. It's not like a fast moving river, so you probably could swim through it.
Is it like? I mean, that's not that wide. How wide is that?
I have to check when we bring it
I
up
guess
here.
that's may not
20
be to
feet
scale.
to the grid.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know if that grid is.
I would guess
accurate.
it's about 80 feet across.
Rig some kind of floaty.
I mean, to remind you, for Pathfinder,
Pull you
2e
on.
rules, swimming is actually fairly harsh without a swim speed. There are athletics checks to make, and you move like 5 feet or 10 feet. It's kind of like jumping in a lot of ways.
Has anybody got craft water wings?
There are water
set
things
up on the shore.
No, I've just been working on a potion to make a goblin inflate like a raft. I haven't been able to do it yet.
That would
like
be
it when you
hilarious.
test those ones on me.
No, I stopped with him. He's just smells too bad.
All right. So you've looked at the river. You've looked at the grounds. You got an idea what everything looks like. Is there anything else you need to look at before we bring it all together?
And yeah, timing.
So we have an idea.
Were there any animals on the premises? Like
Well,
in
there are
the
horses.
fences?
You didn't see any dogs.
I was gonna
or
say
anything
I
like
don't remember seeing dogs.
that.
at
Yeah,
all.
you didn't see any dogs at all. You saw there were horses and soldiers, and there are a couple goats that are just wandering and probably there to eat the grass down.
There's bloodhounds in the world generally, but are there blood horses?
Not that you're aware of, but maybe so. No, you don't see that. It may be that
That seems scarier. I'm just gonna
She
say.
might just not like dogs. Who knows?
Fair.
But we can, as I guess we round by the river there, we
Yeah.
can check out that smaller paddock and
Absolutely.
see what's there.
Sure. Those seem to be more like livestock animals. As you get nearby, you can kind of hear them kind of moving around
Smell 'em.
inside of here. Maybe there's probably some chickens inside of there. There's a chicken roost, things like that. They probably have some goats and maybe a cow or two. More like a self-sustaining part of the manor.
Sure.
It's not so much a farm as it is.
Oh, they're
just
off grid, huh? Over here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Well, tariffs,
Just tell Dory tariffs.
Teldon tariffs. Yeah. Well, all right. I'm not going to say anything more. All right. What do you guys want to do?
Guys need anything else?
I was thinking about throwing a rock at a cow to see what happens, how they responded to a commotion, but I don't know.
We are on the far side, so if we want, it might not be a bad thing.
Yeah. Dr. Miksi already had a rock in his hands.
All right. What are you going to do?
He's gonna he's gonna go try to sneak into the woods by the livestock, and he's gonna try to cause a commotion in the livestock, I think by just hucking a rock.
Oh boy.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Rude.
Hide out in here.
What did they do to you?
All
I
right,
don't have any like firecrackers or anything.
Well, we don't want that.
let's go with just create a distraction. How about that?
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the roll because you're going to know what it is. So go ahead and give me a create a
Is
distraction.
that a deception?
I think it's deception. Yeah. Give me a
Oh,
create a
boy.
distraction roll.
A crit!
Nice.
Oh my god.
So
This is
what do
just
you,
a really goblin-y idea.
you throw this thing. You're going to try to throw
Did you
it.
whisper it?
Yeah. Well, you can tell me what you want to do exactly because
I did whisper it. Oops, my bad.
It's okay.
As long as you see
whisper
it.
to me?
How did I do
see
that?
the GM.
No?
Oh, the deception roll. You mean?
Yeah.
I see the deception roll.
All right,
yeah.
good.
Oh, because you
My
guys.
bad, I had whisper active.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I
What was
see
it?
Yeah.
It was a 21.
right.
I got a crit. 20 on the die.
The important thing is that people at home can see it. That's the
What is your deception? 1?
Yeah.
Just one.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Slick.
Bit of a
leans
Hail
down and goes,
Mary.
Next time, let me try that. It was a good throw, but next time.
All right, you throw it. The rock, and you kind of hear the cow that's there kind of gives a snort, kind of like it decides it's just going to shuffle forward a little bit along the fence. And it isn't long until the door opens up.
Oh.
And a woman comes wandering out.
Which door?
The door into here. The door into here opens up. And a woman comes wandering out, and she looks around a little bit and doesn't seem to see you or anything like that. And
Is that Baroness Devi? I'm assuming not.
Just some woman you've never seen before.
Groundskeeper.
Probably, or something like that.
Grease me up, woman.
Yeah. She comes wandering out. She walks over. She kind of gives a little look around, just more or less because the cow made a strange noise. Doesn't say much. That's about it.
I'm sure there are wild animals that pester the grounds.
Remember, there's wolves around. You saw that at the very first at session 0. There was wolves around. So she probably came out and looked around. It's like, is there anything approaching? The cow doesn't seem to be really upset. More or less, just shuffles over. Hitting a cow with a rock is distracting, but the cow eventually doesn't really care.
It'll be fine, bovine.
Yeah.
Dr. Miksi slinks back to the party with a little. Okay. So, just a groundskeeper. A groundskeeper does come out.
Yeah. More or less, because
we got to be careful. If we mess with the animals, the groundskeeper's going to go check. Might be a good distraction, but the guards didn't come.
She probably could call the guards, though.
Yeah. Like, if this happens 2 nights in a row.
Like, if it was a wolf, she probably has a way to call them. Something like calling wolf.
Yeah. A wolf in slick Willy clothing.
But
I'm not sure I want to bring a wolf on this mission.
But that's not a bad thing. That would be quite the distraction to draw the guards in that direction.
A wolf in a hen house? Yeah.
If we were headed the other direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we're headed off to the north, if she calls the guards there, that might be worth pursuing.
Like, that might be where we
could bite him.
Throw the firecracker or something in there.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind.
All right, is there anything else?
Do you have a little firebomb?
Well, not a bomb. We don't want to hurt things.
They're big.
I haven't cracked blasting stones yet. I can't get them to not explode.
I want to raise
they
too
just
much
explode
suspicion out of the gate too.
Yeah.
Can you make some kind of thing?
Just a alchemist's fire.
Yeah, it's a little too dangerous.
I remember
Slick Willy's like, I'll burn a cow alive.
I remember a certain
the problem is
wanted to get down the flower, so they shot the flower, and then the solid flower just disintegrated.
The problem is if they see it lit on fire, they're gonna know it's somebody who lights things on fire. And I've been here for a week. I've lit a couple of things on fire.
We could probably get Zabari here, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I can.
We could
roll him in some mud.
Yeah. I think we can
can give him one of my Quicksilver mutagens, and he can be a little faster on his feet.
Well, yeah. I'm just thinking for to be in the area in case shit goes south, and then.
Well, that'd be a good area because
I got your back.
Right here.
Yeah.
So you'd be out of the way.
Because we should all be in the vicinity. Who else is going into the manor?
Not it.
I mean, I can. I only have a +7. I know that's only 1 less than the goblins, but I can go if we need some more people to feel safe.
I'm less.
Well, here's the thing: if there's magical things to deal with, you should be there.
Dr. Miksi has something he wants to share with the party when we rejoin before we go, and he kind of wants to be in the manor team, the going in team.
Perfect. Well, we can head back to wherever we were going to be. Are we going back to the hotel or inn? Hotel.
Yeah. You're gonna go back to the Wise Piper Inn. Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of
We stumble back at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah. All right. Let's meet there, and you guys can regroup. Then we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break here, and then we'll resume in just a few minutes.
So timing wise, basically, we're gonna try to go after dark, right? So we can sneak up into the area. The most stealthy of us are gonna actually go enter the manor. I think we're still deciding on the count, but 2 or 3 people is I think what you were figuring out.
Dr. Miksi comes out. Yeah, 2 or 3 people, and one of these. He takes a jar out of his kit. He opens it up. He says, "Ophelia, come say hi. The zombies are gone." And maybe we can show. I have a familiar, an alchemical familiar.
Bring your familiar on. We'll pop
A
it
little
up.
snake.
Yeah.
And a little red snake that looks weirdly wet and slimy, not dry like a snake's scales, pokes its head out of the jar. And Dr. Miksi goes, "Okay, so this is Ophelia. I made her with a little bit of my blood and some snake bits and some alchemy stuff, but she's able to carry items, just like the key that we're looking for. So why don't you show them a trick, Ophelia? Here." He takes the bit of gristle out of his pocket and says, "Catch!" And Ophelia, the snake, turns into sort of an amorphous blob of multiple tendrils of blood, and catches the bit of gristle and gives a thumbs up. This familiar has the manipulate ability as well as item delivery, so it has manual dexterity. It can use up to 2 of its limbs as if they were hands, and I'm saying that those limbs are snaky tendrils of this sort of amorphous snake familiar.
And Zabari goes, "Oh, that's not right."
The mirror throws
No,
up.
it's great. It's great. It's one of my experiments in an attempt to approximate the blood of the Ouroboros.
And how do
she's
you
not-
feel about being made out of blood there, Ophelia?
Ophelia gives a thumbs up. It's
I
great.
grab
It's
Slick
great.
Willy on
As
the
a-
shoulder and throw up again.
Samir, what is it? What is your new 2nd level spell? Don't you have one that can help you with that?
Yeah. Well, I'll bring that out when it needs to.
Okay.
Miksi says it's great because Ophelia's not a real snake. She can't be poisoned. She can't get disease. She can't even get tired. She's powered by chemical energy, not life. It's more of an experiment than anything else. But my plan is Ophelia can hold a smoke bomb and use it wherever I want her to. So I'm going to give Ophelia a smoke bomb.
Okay.
And
all life is powered by chemical reactions. Just
yes. She just wasn't born. That's where the distinction comes from. I want to make something born last forever. But before then, yeah, she can hold a smoke bomb, go in with you, use a smoke bomb in case you need it, or go grab the key.
is she stealthy?
Yeah. Stealth is a 6, and it's a tiny creature. I figured I could just hide her under a chair. If I go in there, I can hide. Ophelia can hide, and I can move an item, or cover you with a smoke bomb, or just grab something, or I could even open that latch to the pen with Ophelia.
Oh.
Much like
that's a concept.
Vamir, much like your hand, except Ophelia is physical, I guess. I don't know. Is your hand invisible? Your magic spell?
No, unfortunately, it's not invisible.
Neither is Ophelia, and she can carry a bomb.
But a snake in the grass would make more sense than a floating ethereal hand.
Spectral hand, yes.
Yeah, well, wherever we need her for. My plan is to try to send her close to the infiltration party so she can use a smoke bomb in case things go really, really bad. Or cause a small distraction. Who knows? I think she'd be great on the infiltration team. And he scoops her back up into the jar.
It's Slick's like, it's totally you, yes.
By the way, we're
that's a
talking
good
about
thing.
this all in my room because I got the nice room at the end.
Yeah.
So I can have people.
Sorry. I do have some solvents to clean up a little bit of the snake.
It's kind of goopy, right?
Is she leaking blood?
Well, not exactly. She is blood.
Ugh,
Not exactly.
okay.
This-
Nothing personal, Ophelia, but you're gross.
Oh. She says thank you.
Yeah. Well, you want that snake to go and open the gates at the pen, right? That's the idea.
Mhm.
It seems like
Open
a
the
good
gates.
idea.
If necessary, I also one of my plans for the because she can carry an item and use an item. I was planning on giving her a smoke ball, so that she can activate that smoke ball at any point, instead of me activating the smoke ball on my point and obscuring my vision.
Nice. Okay.
So just a little bit more utility and range. She can also, with item delivery, deliver and administer a potion in a 2-action thing. It
That's
takes
cool.
an item from me, moves 1 action, and interacts to pass off or administer a item.
That's cool. I like it.
Little nurse's aid.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
The manual
funny little
dexterity
bird comes
will
up
be-
and like pushes.
Yeah, it'll like
in your
wrap
mouth.
its way up around you and feed a potion into your mouth. She's gonna be gross.
It crawls under your ear to make you more susceptible to commands.
No, I haven't figured that one out yet.
Okay.
I am Venom.
That's awesome and all the grossness. Okay, given that, anything else you're gonna do tonight? You guys it sounds like you have a bit of a plan.
Yeah. So
We have a semblance of a plan.
we have concepts of a semblance of a plan.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'll distract the guards, but it looks like they're not paying a ton of attention. We could probably. Well, I'm talking about once we get the key.
Yeah.
I'll explain what we met with the guards, and they seem like they're pretty much kind of hang out in their
They seem pretty lax.
their tent for a while. So as long as we're super quiet and stealthy, we'll probably be okay.
Do you think we could sell them some drugs? No, seriously, give them a little bit of flay leaf.
I'm not sure they'll take drugs while on duty.
No, but if it was but they're definitely afraid of the potential of that witch being real. I don't like that.
We could.
Here,
No,
take this,
it's
it's
scaring them.
protection.
Could we make up a witch?
Anyone have minor image or whatever the spell that is?
That'd be pretty good.
No, I don't have it.
The worst I could do is a smoke ball, and then somebody's gonna have to pretend to be a witch.
Yeah, I can do that.
threat. I'm the
But where am I gonna get the wheelbarrow?
If only we had a wheelbarrow.
And,
Who has good
Armageddon cloak?
performance?
Why didn't you say that in the first place? All right. So, okay. So the night's gonna end with you guys back at the Wise Piper Inn. The dawn approaches, leaving you sleeping in later into the day.
Yep.
It's gonna be close to midday when you guys finally rise.
Yeah.
Ugh, breakfast garbage is the worst. It's all eggshells.
Gets in your teeth.
Does it have to be garbage that you eat, or can you also eat normal food?
I can eat food. Why would I pay for it?
Hey, he's got to
Valid.
let it be who he wants to be.
That's a foolproof plan right there.
As
You
you can keep yourself fed with poor meals in a settlement as long as garbage is readily available without using the subsist downtime activity. He eats free anywhere there's a population of people.
And you prefer it, or you just can do it?
I think he prefers it.
Sometimes I find something I can use in alchemy.
Sounds like he prefers it to me.
Well, as long as it makes you happy.
Is that a
For
dead
science.
chicken? Could be a dead canary. Well, whatever.
Yes, but why is the canary dead? You might want to ask.
Just eating a pure coffee filter.
Does this still have coffee in it? Gonna be up all night.
You are a coffee filter.
Okay, well, so the next day is about noon the next day. Is there anything else you want to do today before you execute your plan?
Well,
Get all your
so
supplies made.
so Miksi makes all of his items now. He gives a dark vision elixir to Zabari.
Oh, good idea.
All right, Zabari, is that a 1 day expires?
Yes, it is. It's a infused item, meaning it disappears at the end of the day.
Okay.
I'm just kind of keeping track of the infused items I give in case other people delete them off their sheets.
Yeah, I just didn't want Zabari by mistake, like 2 sessions from now, grabbing it and using it without realizing it goes away.
What else are you making? Did I hear...
I've got a couple of smoke bombs. I'll hang on to those. Well,
if you can make a second dark vision, it might be useful for me in a pinch too. Otherwise, I'm just doing this thing, and he pats his lantern again.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. I'll give you one.
Do you have goggles?
It's a one-time use item, I believe. I think you
the clockwork goggles. I do have them.
I can make a bunch of these. Let me.
Never mind. I got these goggles right here. Check it out.
Oh, very nice.
It's a one-time thing.
It's a one-time use item.
Just like the elixir.
Yeah,
That's true. But he makes the elixirs for free.
I make these every day. Well, technically, I make these out of garbage too.
You don't have to tell us that.
I'm just saying, like, of the 2, I'd probably rather have another elixir of life, or
That's true.
maybe if there's anything else.
If this goes pear-shaped, elixirs of life might be good.
I do not trust the wizards.
Then I can give you an elixir of life if you need.
I got 2 right now,
I'll hang on to them. Plus, I'm taking these. I think I want to take these in. I can deliver them pretty quietly with Ophelia if I need to.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. You spend the day kind of maybe talking over your plans, interacting with each other, trying to figure things out.
Practicing on 3. Is it 1, 2, 3, or is it on
Just
3?
on
Right.
go, as we always do.
We say go.
Coordinate.
You said on 3. No, I meant
It's
like,
always on
3, we're
go.
gonna go. Right. No, but we always say go on 3. You said
Yeah, we figured that out. We established that.
okay.
I'll leave it up to you. Goblins typically just go when the other guy does.
Which makes urinals difficult.
Slick, as we're getting ready, Miksi says, I assume, Slick, you're going to be the one who's going to try to grab the key?
Find it, yeah.
Okay, here. I give you a smoke ball. I have another one of these for Ophelia. If things go wrong, you use yours. I'll try to find a good place to use mine to hide our escape.
All right, as you're talking, you what do I see here? Ooh. As you're talking, you can see that Bassie comes wandering up toward you, up the road, kind of toward where you're at.
Everyone, I got you.
She will. If you guys are in, I don't know exactly where you're at.
We're in my room.
If you're in your room, then you'll see the door, the rap on your door, tap tap.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Yeah, you open the door and
Hide the mutagens.
Bassie's sitting, kind of leaning up against the edge of the door. She looks up at you, tall. She looks up at you and says, "So you ready?"
As ready as we can be.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have Quicksilver mutagens for people. When it's time to go, whoever's going, drink one of these. I got 3 of them.
I will take one.
Actually, give it to Sabari for sure.
Yeah, he'll definitely need it.
Quicksilver.
All right. She says.
And he still won't be able to run as fast as me. Just normal.
Nice.
I'll hang on to another one, I guess.
Yeah.
One goes to Zabari and one goes to Vamir.
All right. She takes out 2 lesser antidotes. She says, just in case you run into any issues, you might. This is about the best I can do for you right now.
Grab one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Somebody else grab one. I can.
Toxins. You drink the antidote. You gain the item bonus to fortitude saves against poisons for 6 hours.
You said lesser, right?
For 6 hours?
Yeah.
Damn.
And the higher value gives you bigger bonuses. So 2 people could get get a +2 to their toxin check. She thinks
If we need
a place full of traps, good to have a toxin.
If we need, I can make these too, but I'm going to have to be able to administer it to you.
Yeah, you should take one. I should take one. We can administer it to anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to feel like a bunch of witchers with all these mutagens and antidotes and potions.
I'm going to make you into gods.
From off the screen, a coin is tossed to you. All right.
It's for the second stop, not the first, right? He points at the antidote.
She says, "You never know."
Do you?
I don't know. If I knew everything, I would.
Is it in the first?
Why would Baroness Debbie have toxic traps in a house with her own children?
That's
Even
what
a goblin wouldn't poison their own
She
children.
kind of smirks as she goes, "Bad parenting."
Yeah, I was good. They could be naughty kids. We don't know.
She doesn't like
Poison?
him very much.
She's like, I thought you might need them. I don't know. I know some of the stuff that Hun Clay has purchased. You might have to deal with some toxins.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Thank you.
she
I know
has
these get
kids.
pricey.
Are the kids in this manor?
Probably.
That
He's
we're
an adult
invading?
kid.
Yeah, Arnold.
An adult kid.
You just spoke with him. Yeah, he's an adult kid.
That's fine. Okay.
He may or may not wear diapers.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know if she has any children living with her at home. Okay.
That's
So is it
cool.
like a
Where's that
Joffrey vibe from this kid? or-
No, he's definitely not that way. You get the assumption though that he definitely has an air of privilege about him, but more like an air, like he wants to be more involved than he probably is. His mother probably keeps him a little more guarded than probably is good for him.
Okay.
He's a little. You can tell that he will definitely try to find the holes in your stories when you're talking to him. As clearly as it says. So he wants to try to find. He's probably about to wedge his way into something important. That's what you know. All right, all right. It is now early in the evening. You've spent the whole day talking, preparing all of your stuff. You guys are out. I'll put you guys right about here, and you guys can tell me what you guys want to do.
So this is
Should we all have tokens, do you think?
You can tell me. You can put your token on if it means something. That's up to you.
Well, if we're splitting up, then we should kind of.
Yeah, just give me an idea of what it is. So this is an infiltration game. It's a mini game that happens within Pathfinder, just like a chase or something like that. So what happens is you're going to, and I can give you some conditional benefits for things that you decide to do, but ultimately it's a series of challenges that you're going to face. So, and the idea is that you're trying to keep your awareness points down. So failing checks or doing stuff like screaming and yelling or starting fights it's going to quickly eclipse your awareness points past the threshold, and that's when you get caught. So as long as you keep your awareness points down, that's the idea. So,
So I think, do we want to take this counter? So the window is, she said where the window is going to be open.
Yep.
Well, that's the question. Did you agree? I should have specified. She asked that was her plan, unless you wanted her to do something else.
No,
That was
good.
Okay,
we're sticking with that.
She laid out a map for us, basically in the dirt, right?
Yeah. So she's gonna have the window be open right here.
Okay.
That's where, at the middle of the wall here. She said she's gonna have a kitchen window open.
Okay.
And she points to you on the map which one it is. It's gonna be unlocked. It's not gonna be open.
Yep.
That's the plan.
So how are we thinking here? Do we want to approach from the north? Or do we want to?
You could probably come from within the horse pen then. Once the horses are taken in. Because you'd be able to hide behind the fence if the guards came around. Wait for
Do
the
we
pass.
want to try to close up the guardhouse and lock it down?
Emergency. That'll alert them for sure.
No, if they're able to come out and look and they don't see anything, then they'll just go back in. But if they're stuck in there, then they're going to be on alert the whole time, I guess.
Yep. They'll know they're under attack.
So do we want to loop in from the north then?
It seems the smartest,
Yeah.
right? Come through the woods from
So
the north.
what's
across
the Sunset House? What is this? That just
The Sunset
that's
House.
the Undertaker,
Is the Undertaker, right?
and there's a cemetery there.
There is a cemetery there, yes.
Okay, fun.
We're going to rendezvous there when it's all done.
Yep.
So okay,
Yeah, let's go from the north. Brannok and I can hide by the fence pretty easy.
Little.
depending on how this goes, I would really like to be the people who put the key back as well, if things go smoothly.
You guys, you're not
didn't
under any
negotiate
obligation to
that.
follow what the DMs
Yeah.
and NPCs are doing. So
I know.
Yeah, you'll know when you get into the room what it feels like, right?
Yep.
Why would you want
Because-
to take the risk on from Bassie? She's going to be doing it
Because-
herself. Why would we?
Because that gives her leverage. That key, giving her the key with the key missing, gives her leverage.
Oh, you think she's going to throw her? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust her, but I don't not trust her. Does that make sense?
But if you don't give her the ingredients, she can't create that betrayal.
There you go.
We'll see if it's possible.
Like I said, roll with, it's an option that I want to explore.
awesome. Okay, so
We didn't-
while you're planning your betrayal, which way are you going to approach the house?
It's a blockage.
Through the horse pen from the north.
Yeah, I think from the north,
Okay, so
Goblin, L Squad, Delta to the
all
north.
right. So is everyone going to go approach the house?
Well, here's the thing. Well, the other part of our plan was to have someone at the paddock down in the south there, right?
Yep.
In case it went crazy, we could
Cause
stir
it
some trouble.
Yes.
I think that's the human group is down there,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
So-
we won't be as stealthy.
So do we want to make this counterclockwise loop for the most of us, and then the manor
Oh, you guys
team
keep going?
will continue around?
Sure.
and, loop around, hook around.
Sure. Let's
Yeah,
be
I
think
stealthy all
so.
the way down through the woods there, and we'll
Just so we
we'll split
know,
up. We'll split
because
up
if
here.
we split up now, we're not going to have any way to coordinate.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone watching the manor. If shit goes south inside the manor,
we start the diversion.
So is everyone
Start to-
sneaky down? Is everyone
What's our word to bail?
Yeah,
If
we have a
everything-
signal that if we hear,
If
we
everything
should just run.
goes,
I think
If everything goes wrong-
Alchemist fire will cause us to know.
okay. If you see fire, something's gone horribly wrong.
If you hear, oh, fuck, you run.
I was gonna say, if you hear Vamir scream like a little girl, you'll know.
That you have a brave little girl.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and move yourself down here. We're going to put you about right here. And what I want everyone to do is since you're all going in stealth, everyone can give me their better score of stealth or acrobats.
follow the
to
leader.
roll. Yeah, everyone gives me their best roll of stealth or acrobats.
Yeah, we could do follow the leader.
You can. Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm not very good at it, so I'm just following whoever's stealthiest. Probably.
Yeah,
the
so
Willy guy.
essentially we just
He's
take
stealthy.
what you get, right?
Okay, I'm only trained in stealth at the moment.
Oh, is anybody?
Okay,
on?
then we can't do that. Everybody's got to roll for themselves.
All right, there we go.
And you said stealth or
Yeah, and what follow the expert really does is if you don't have levels in like stealth, then you can roll with your level at it. It sort of gives you ability to apply that skill.
Hell yeah, Vamir.
interesting.
But you need to be an expert in it. Okay, so let's have everybody roll. What did everybody roll here?
Vamir got a 25.
Ooh, Dr.
Badly.
Miksi, bring it home.
So are we doing acrobatics or?
You can choose whether you want to do acrobatics or stealth to get through this area.
That's a 3.
Oh boy.
All right.
I gotta roll mine still.
I'm going to say we're short one.
Got a natty 18.
I was wondering if I had
Nice.
any feats to help me out, but I'm just gonna go with acrobatics.
You're running on your feet. Yeah.
Oop.
Ooh, right in the middle.
Oh, this is not starting out well.
Well, that's why we're not the super stealthy ones going into the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neither
Well,
is
I mean, Dr.
Keep
Miksi.
track of your points as you wander by. All right. So as you near the paddock, as you're rounding by, Dr. Miksi, that same cow that you threw the rock at before, as you're walking.
Oh, no.
walking by, as you're walking by, you see that cow. The cow sees you, and it kind of slams against the side of the paddock a little bit, kind of like rocks a little bit, and kind of walks away, almost like startled by you, seeing you, thinking it's gonna get hit by a rock again. And when it does so, the door of the paddock right here, that's in for the animal area, opens up, and a woman looks around, doesn't see anybody, but kind of gives it kind of a squinty eye as she looks around, and then kind of closes the door. So the idea of this game is that you basically you have the observation points, and if you gain enough of those, then you will fail. So right now there are some level of awareness points that you've kind of given
Acquired.
off. Yeah. Now what do you guys want to do next?
Shit, sorry. I can slip that thing a serene mutagen.
Just don't do anything. We're just here to watch now.
Yeah. So
It's
the
up to us.
four
at
of
this
us, I guess, are
point.
going to continue on to this area.
All right, move the four.
We point out the latch, and says, and we say to Zabari, if something lights on fire, obviously run. But if we need a distraction, you open that gate and you get everything running, and she'll come and get the guards.
All right. So Shadwick's token indicates the two humans and anybody else staying there is just the two humans. Okay.
We need Brannok with us, and then Zabari should be with Shadwick.
Got it. Brannok and the rest of the group heading down around to where the soldiers are. You can see the soldiers walking around. There's the guard. It's walking past every minute or so. You're kind of pinned against the shoreline, moving across. What do you want to do now? Yeah, are you going to try to move past the guards?
Yeah, we're going to just keep looping around to here.
All right. I need everyone to give me another stealth roll. This time it has to be a stealth roll because you're walking past the guard station.
And we're in middle, like we're after like 10 p.m. now, right?
It's late. It's dark. It's dark outside.
Does my very sneaky ancestry help?
That's only in combat.
I know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
But it
right,
does-
Man,
I can roll better, right? A 19?
it's much better than a 1.
all right. Vermeer, you're the first one in this list, right? Okay. I'll have to make a marker to know how the. Okay. It looks like Vermeer has a 13, a 17, a 19. Did we miss somebody?
Brannok got a 12 right before me.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Passing by, you manage to go through the darkness. You almost catch a soldier walking back from the woods as he's kind of fixing himself. You think he might have ran out there to use the bath. The bathroom.
Pianetry.
Yeah. As he was walking around the loop, he decided just to wander over, and you almost.
Is it one of those things where you're standing there and he's peeing like right on?
Yeah,
your back or
you've
something?
almost as he leans over and you hear him just start singing a song. Na, 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 right, yeah, na, na, na. And he starts, and you're just like waiting for him to finish peeing. You hear him kind of hear the clink, 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 clink. He turns around and he starts walking. He starts walking away, and he's like, "Wait a minute, how does it go?" Oh, that's right. Na, na, na. That's right. All right.
Just imagine him hiding right behind the tree that he's like
Yeah.
leaning against peeing.
Yeah. as he's taking care of business, you just managed to avoid being spotted as you near.
Jeez, these guards might already be on flay leaf.
All right, what do you guys want to do next?
Are there actions that they can do to like reduce the heat a little bit? Like just
What would you
waiting
like
for a
to
second?
do? What do you want to do?
I'm not with them, but I'm asking like what are your rules in there? Or is just anything kind of goes?
I'm
you're gonna keep
basically
track of points.
you're telling me the story,
Mhm.
and then I'm assigning, and I have some basic assignments for like difficulty and stuff. But depending on what you do, I'm going to take those story elements and affect the benefits and hindrances and what's going to happen to
So
the
you do
story.
have benefit points that can help as well.
It's
Okay.
it's not as cut and dry. I know that you like to be very exacting, but in this game, it's more like we're kind of in a story mode, right?
Yeah,
It's a
So
chase
so far
sequence from
it's-
D&D.
it's
Yeah.
the stealth rolls, and it seems like they're missing a couple. So I was wondering if there's other rolls they could do to like boost it a little bit.
Well, the idea is that they're sort of leaving behind a trail of
You
stuff.
could nab that groundskeeper and make sure she stays quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please don't.
Zabari, go snap her neck.
Yeah, I remember they said no
Real quick.
bodies. All right. So you're gonna head out now. You're at the position now. You can kind of run up to the window. You do have people, soldiers wandering around. You can interact with the soldiers if you want. You can try to avoid notice of the soldiers. You can do whatever you want. I mean, this is not just all about stealth checks. You have options.
How close can we get to the window before we have to leave the trees and be out in the open?
It's a good probably 40 feet away.
Ooh,
Yeah,
40
yeah,
feet.
Ah,
So you're
might
gonna
wanna-
it's not going to make it to that window.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like once a minute, right? That they come
Yeah,
around.
yeah, roughly.
Yeah, time.
Okay,
Oh, that's easy.
40 feet. I can do that in a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a moment.
Yeah, remember, we're
Yeah.
not in rounds though. This is a
I
very.
know, but I'm just saying I
yeah.
can get there like literally 2 seconds.
Yep.
But
But
How
can
do we know?
4 people get up there in a minute? Like we can get there, but
we need to get the window open.
Start with one.
We need to confirm that the window is unlocked and can be opened.
Start with the fastest one for that.
That would be me.
So yeah, you guys are going to describe to me what you're going to do, and then we're going to create like a scenario based on that. So you want to go up, and what do you want to do? You want to confirm the window's open?
Confirm the window's open, and then peer around and
Slip in.
see if there's someone in there making a sandwich or some shit.
Sure. sure.
I'm assuming we're like late at night.
Yeah, it's late at night.
Probably
It's after
after
11.
midnight?
All right.
Okay.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to make me a perception roll. This is the perception roll. What did you get? All right.
17.
All right. You run across the dark field, running uphill up toward the brush. Where you're at, you're kind of in between a bunch of bushes, and there's a window. It's not exactly easily to climb into. The goblins might need a little assistance. It's kind of like right here, and you see this tall window. You look up inside, it seems dark in there. That is probably the kitchen inside. You can, only because you can see the flumes in the back of the room, because you're kind of leaning over the top, looking in. And it's dark inside, so more or less you see the.
I have dark vision, so
Yeah.
it's not.
So yeah, you're glaring through the glass, and that's what you can see. You can kind of see just the flumes in the background, probably where they cook.
Right.
Yeah,
Check the window.
yeah. You think that the window is probably unlocked. You kind of give it a little bit of a push.
Goes up. Or
It goes
comes
up.
out?
It goes up. It pushes up.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And you said there's bushes here.
There are bushes here, yeah. And
Okay.
the window is roughly about 5.5 feet off the ground, 5.25, 5 and 3 inches to 5.5 inches off the ground.
How long did it take
okay.
to get to this?
Well, it took you. You said you could run across almost instantly.
Yeah. Well, it's like because I'm assuming it's like okay, the guy turns around the corner and then
Right.
I
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably moving half speed
Yep.
to be stealthy because I'm
Yeah.
moving stealthily.
Yeah. So it's still full speed for everyone else.
I know.
But yeah, you ran
So,
across the field,
20
had
feet.
stealthily, and you're up to the window. Remember, this is more story mode. That's
Yep,
not
I know,
so
but
much
I'm trying to keep how much time I have before
Yeah,
that
yeah.
person comes around. So I'm assuming they can see me. I know they can see me, and I will wave them up.
All right, the rest of you
Okay.
come running across.
Vamir has the exact same movement speed as you do, I think. 35 feet.
I move faster now.
Oh, okay.
I move at 45,
Okay. So I
50
got
with-
35.
50 with panache.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
Yeah,
So you're gonna sneak across toward the window.
Yeah.
All right, you sneak across toward the window, timing the soldiers. You see far in the distance here, maybe the shadow of a soldier coming around the corner, and maybe they're kind of stopping. Maybe he even like lights a pipe or something, and you see they're kind of beginning to walk around toward you, but you have plenty of time. So you dart across. You are now there. What do you guys want to do? You got two of you are standing at a window.
I start. I'm like, Slick, get in.
I'm waiting for them.
Can the goblins run up?
Yep.
With Vamir when we know the coast is clear.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I think
I would have waved all three of you.
Yeah, we start boosting the goblins in.
All right,
I think.
you lift the goblins and you push them kind of like up a little bit to give them assistance. The window is open. How far are you going to push the opening of the window? Are you opening the window or are the goblins opening it?
We can lift the goblin up to open the window.
Yep, no problem. Yep. So you lift the goblins up, pushing open the window. As you stare inside, the two of you can see a well-cleaned kitchen, kind of think of a late-night kitchen.
Disappointing.
Where you see a couple of counters. There's a flume in the back.
They just took the trash out.
Yeah, yeah. Where they probably at one time would probably cook meals and stuff during the day, but it's pretty quiet here. You seem to be. But the window seems to be opening right in front of a sink. You kind of have a big sink area in front of you. There's a big tub.
Go.
Yeah, we hop through.
All right.
Dr. Miksi tries to find like a table to hide under while he scans.
All right. As you jump through, you find that whoever had cleaned the basin tub prior to this did a really good job, but left a kind of a wet puddle at the bottom of it. Give me an acrobatics balance check as you jump through. What'd you get?
Oh,
No
24.
problem. You kind of barely touch it. And you kind of you roll over the top and land on the ground of the cold stone that is the kitchen. You can see who else is coming in?
Everybody.
All right, who's the last?
Brannok's getting pushed through.
I think we get them in first.
All right, who's the last one to come
I'll go
in?
the last in.
You're gonna be the last one. All right, give me a climb check.
Fortunately, I trained in athletics for my skill feat.
Just for this heist.
Pretty much.
All right. You managed to get through the kitchen. Now that you're kind of all gathered there, you can see that there's a couple ways to go. You're guessing that if you go kind of to the more south part of it, you're gonna wrap around to the foyer that you originally came into. In fact, you may partially recognize part of the door from the foyer that you went into. To the north is gonna probably lead more into the room that you were in, which would have been the sitting room.
Mm-hmm.
So
We need stairs going up.
Yeah, the stairs going up are where you came in. You walked past the stairs to get into the sitting room that you had spoke to the Baroness.
Okay,
Danny.
well, I think that's our goal, right?
All right.
We don't want to explore, do we?
No, do not want to dilly-dally.
You step silently. It's weird to be in here at night, and also in here when it's so quiet. You move through the room. The wall of windows on one side, the darkness on the other. There's probably a broom closet, possibly another door to a room. You don't see any lights in any of these rooms. Somebody may be sleeping, or they may just be used for servants during the day. You're not sure. You approach the familiar foyer that you would come into the room with. You see a set of stairs kind of wrap around, and it's more of a twisting motion, starting out wider and slowly collapsing in on itself as it twists and turns.
Well, what do they call those stairs? Those wing stairs?
Yeah, it's only one side of it, but if you continue on underneath, you know that sitting room probably has some very nice alcohol.
I still have some. I'm good.
All right. Still, the front door that you is right behind you as you stare up the stairs. You can continue on to your right and go off into more offices and possibly where Baroness Debbie was probably coming from when she spoke with you originally. You got to head upstairs. You're going to head to the office. You can go into the sitting room. You can exit if you want.
And we know the key is in her bedroom?
That's what
It was
Bassy
in
told you.
It was in the study right behind the bedroom, if I remember correctly.
That's what Bassy told you. Is she right? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
You're good.
I think we gotta head directly there.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of faith.
Yeah, we gotta.
This is a full George Michael's
Gotta have
infiltration here.
Can we let's look around for traps now that we're going to go up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have Amir looking out for those magical countermeasures.
Yeah.
All right, let's have the group of you give me a seek check, but Vamir give me an arcane check.
Yep.
Perception.
And arcane.
Oh, nice.
No.
Now, like I said, normally
do I
when
wanna
we're doing this, you do secret checks, but because of this game, where you get to do it out in the open, because I'm going to narrate what happens.
I might use my hero point for this one.
Okay, you're welcome to try.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm going to use my hero point.
Go for it.
Can't get work. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good
What a
flip.
better
That's a good
roll.
flip. That's a good flip.
That was worth it.
That
All right.
was worth it.
Wow, two extremes right there.
All right. As
Yeah,
you stare up the steps, the rest of you are looking up. Nobody sees anything out of the ordinary. Vamir, though, at first he's like, "Oh, there's nothing here," and he kind of almost begins taking a step up, and then he suddenly snaps his head as if divine providence or some kind of something that came over him, some kind of heroic nature about himself took over.
Wait a minute.
Goes,
Yeah.
wait,
He sees just past the posts that lead up the steps, there is runes about a foot off the ground. You think that these runes might sound an alarm when somebody crosses its threshold.
And I'll just like put my arm out silently. These runes will let everyone know we're here. We can't go up these stairs unless we avoid them somehow.
All right. You have an option to you can try to climb over them. You can try to disarm them. Think of it like almost like a garage door, light that if you cross it, it's gonna ding a bell
Laser
or
beam?
something's gonna happen.
Or
Yeah,
like a
like a laser.
yeah.
But this is a magical spell. What do you guys want to do?
I think I could climb around them. I have an acrobatics of 7, but no, climbing is athletics. So
You can use athletics
Either or.
You
acrobatics
have-
to get over it.
Oh,
This
I'll-
may be time for the Quicksilver mutagen.
I will parkour over it.
You're gonna jump over it.
Yeah.
All right, just give me a check.
29.
All right, so Slickwilly does that. What's everyone else gonna do?
It's like,
I'm gonna wait till everyone goes and I'll tell the story.
Vamir, do you have that
Brannok does a front flip
Yeah.
over the room.
potion?
yeah, I will
Wait,
down.
wait. It's gonna hurt a little.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a little. Try not to
All right.
make too much noise.
So I
You
will
take
down
damage
that
equal
potion.
to twice your level.
Oh,
You can't recover that.
Okay, cannot recover it. So
warn you until you're stealthy in the middle of the room.
He's like this. He's like,
all right.
"Look, hold on.
Try to keep it down.
It might hurt.
That's not a bad percentage of my health.
Okay, so you took damage.
I did.
Okay, so when you take damage, what I need you to do is give me a fortitude savings throw in order to see if you actually cry out or can keep yourself quiet.
Oh no.
Can Miksi he's too short.
All right.
I was gonna try to put my hand over your mouth, but he's too short.
10. No.
Okay, that's what you do. What Brannok, what are you doing?
I just flip over the rune.
All right, and how about you?
Athletics.
How about you, Dr. Miksi? How are you getting over?
How am I gonna get by?
You can use athletics, or you can, be creative. You can tell me a story. Tell me what you want to do. If you were something else you want
Go
to
find the back stairwell.
Is there one?
You can go. You can give me a perception and do it this round, this kind of action, and try to find a different way.
Yeah, he's gonna. Vemir looks like he's kind of struggling with that potion. He's going to stay with Vamir.
Also, that's not a 10. You take a -2 penalty to fortitude saves. That's an 8.
Oh no.
Okay.
Only when you've got the mutagen down.
That's a good
I mean,
point.
I guess that's up to Alan how to roll it.
I think this is, you drink it, you take the damage, and now you had to make the reaction. You're literally, it's like, and like literally, you could imagine like you see in movies where some people get stabbed and they're like, ugh, and other people get stabbed and they're like, ah, it's like, that's what we're trying to find out. So, all right. So here's the story. I forget, you were just going to stay with Vamir, right? And Vamir, you're trying to jump over, right?
He's looking for another way in case this potion isn't working.
Yeah, because I'm like, I guess like in the narrative, I downed this potion and like it was too painful for me, and I'm like holding my throat, like. Ugh!
But you still get an action. Are you going to try to jump over it? Tell me how you're going to try to get past this.
Yeah, I'll jump over it for now.
Okay, give me a roll. Give me a roll.
All right, come on. +2 to this. Okay, so yeah,
all right.
24.
You okay? You see that who are my people here? See, Slick Willy and Brannok kind of leap over this thing. It's not that hard, and you kind of use this jump over it pretty easily. You see that Vamir, he is handed a potion. He takes it, and it's kind of like think of it like when you eat a hot pepper and you're not. It kind of goes down, and you think you're like, oh, this is fine. This is fine. And he jumps over the top, and suddenly you see all of a sudden he goes, oh! and you look over, and you can see Dr. Miksi standing beside him as the door down the hallway to your right, as you're facing it, opens it up, and you hear someone yell out, "Calvin? What are you all gonna do?" You don't think that person sees you, but they definitely, somebody probably heard you.
Definitely gonna try and hide.
Is there like a closet?
Well, you're on the
Or
stairs
something.
right now. You're on the stairs. You're kind of like standing on the stairs as you hear the door open and somebody calling from the dark. Calvin?
At the top of the stairs or the
At
bottom?
the bottom of the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs.
So is there a position where Brannok could like try to hide, perched kind of where he might be able to like just drop down on top of him if need be?
Yeah. Well, you can try to hide to avoid their notice, or you can try to move forward. You're going to tell me the narrative. Think of you guys are like halfway up the stairs and somebody's calling out to you. The moonlight fills the chamber from the foyer itself, but there's many dark silhouettes and places to hide here. Who knows though if that person's going to come out with a light source? What do you want to do, Brannok? I'll start with you.
What's the decorations like in here?
The decorations are well maintained. You see many pictures of paintings that have like filigree, like they have the filigree liners on them, around them. You see several plants that are down below near the entrance. You see a table with gold plated candle holders, things like that. It seems pretty elegant.
What's a statue? Go.
He's like,
Yeah, I want to like blend in with a piece of art. Hide.
all right, so you're gonna try to hide?
Yeah.
All right, Brannok's gonna try to hide. Let's go to Eric. Eric, what do you want to do? You see Brannok suddenly stop moving behind a piece of art or something on the steps.
So where
You're
was
on the steps.
Where were the?
You're past the encounter. Now you're on the steps, and you have to react to this person coming down the hall.
So
You're halfway up the steps.
it's not okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't. I was
okay.
picturing the runes up at the top of the stairs, not
No, they're at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize if I
Nope.
didn't make that clear. So yeah, you're on the stairs now. You're past the ruins. There's somebody who called. They may be coming. Brannok has decided that his action is going to hide. Eric, what do you want to do?
Well, Dr. Mixi's well, he's going to grab Ophelia's jar. He's not going to let her out yet, but he's going to make sure he has her ready, and he's going to try to hide as well. Just make himself small.
Perfect. Give me a stealth roll to hide. Okay. And that brings us to Vimir. Vimir, you see the two goblins disappearing into the shadows.
I know we said, I mean, does casting invisibility on myself make some sort of like
Your
light beforehand, or?
No, it doesn't make any light or anything like that. And it doesn't for this particular thing. You can cast a spell. You're more or less making noises. When you take damage, you have to do it.
I'll cast invisibility and like just get off the stairs into the corner.
All right, you're gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast invisibility and go up the stairs. Perfect.
So we're casting quietly.
Let me mark that off.
It's not.
It's like a meta game. There's only certain rules that require it. All right, and then what are you doing?
I'll go up the stairs and hide up somewhere on the top.
Okay,
of
give
the
me a
stairs.
stealth roll.
And then, okay.
Yeah, I just need a stealth roll from you.
Oof, 13.
All right. You guys are a lot of struggle buses today. Okay, so as the two goblins are hiding on the stairs, you see a soldier walk out. He is wearing leather armor, not anything heavier than that, and he has a rapier on his belt. And he walks out, and he has with him a lantern. And he picks it up, and he says, he looks around, and you see that he's trying to kind of see if anybody's around. He shines his light up at the stairs, and you see him scratch his chin and turn and head back down the hall. Not able to see anybody specifically. All right.
Can we see some light movement from outside in the main
You
hallway?
definitely can see the light moving inside there as it moves out of that room. Remains lit, but there's a light that goes into the foyer. You can see that happen.
Yeah, and then it goes. I'm assuming after a minute it goes back out.
Yeah, it goes back in. Right. Yeah, it goes back into the hall room.
Savari,
All
do you
right.
see that?
So, and every time you do a group failure, you tick up your total awareness points. And when you pat, every encounter has an awareness point, and you can add more to it. All right. So the idea is, like, if you decide to go off and start searching something else, you can get awareness points added for doing that. Okay. So looking at what we got here, what do you at the top of the stairs? Let's get to that. Top of the steps. Okay, you emerge into you emerge out of the wrapped hallway. There are doors leading to many rooms here. Each door is slightly different. They don't appear to be made in any one specific order. There's several doors here of different nationalities. It almost looks like somebody who built this kind of went crazy and had different doors. Like, think of an elven themed door and a dwarven themed door and all these different things. None of these immediately speak to you as if it leads up to the tower. What do you guys want to do?
And just for you, Alan, this lasts for 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
just
totally
keep me
fine.
honest.
Yep.
Invisibility?
Yeah, invisibility.
Same as the Quicksilver potion, so we've got 10 minutes. We should be gone in like 5.
Right.
Hopefully.
So what do you guys want to do here? You guys have
Okay, so there's 5 doors that all look completely different.
Yeah. And so there's different types of doors here. What kind of thing do you want to do while you're looking at these doors?
What's the most gaudy, showy, fancy, ritzy, high-class looking door?
Give me a
Or Vamir, are
perception
there any
roll.
that have extra security?
No, what? Give
on
me a society roll. I meant to say that.
Why is society among my highest skills?
Excellent.
I don't know. I got a decent society too.
Hey, it's not bad to
I'm a
have.
socialized goblin.
Yeah.
Brannok is getting there.
All right, you can see that the most gaudy door here seems to be a door with two almost like gold pillars on either side of it. It's probably plated gold in some way, but there's 2 gold pillars and a golden arch, and the door itself is pressed with almost like, it's hard to tell because you're looking through dark vision, but it's probably pressed with some kind of silver or lighter metal, and it seems to have etchings of flowers on it. And it seems extremely gaudy. Even the bracings around the side are sort of raised and covered in different styles.
Steal that door.
Slick
you
look,
want to
Slick's look over
Yeah,
at,
I mean, like, I mean, I'm sure we can't roll over my Arcana, but like, do I sense any magic around here?
Yeah, Miksi just points at that gaudy door and goes, maybe that one?
None of the doors up here radiate any magic.
You just hear out of nowhere, there's no magic on these doors.
That's right. It didn't seem that there would be. People are in and out of here all the time. You don't really have that on your living quarters.
Well, can we try to peek under? Is there any... it's a pretty nicely made door. I'm assuming there's not a huge gap.
I'll give someone else an opportunity. So you did your stuff by looking at that. So I'm going to go with Brannok. And Brannok, what do you want to do?
I don't know. We got to move fast. Why don't we just try to open it?
You want to open which door? You can tell me.
The gaudy door.
All right. Your idea is that you're going to open the gaudy door. All right. As you
Slowly.
walk under, what's that?
Get in.
Yeah. What I want you to do
Slowly.
is give me a stealth roll, and then I'm gonna compare it to see if they see you. What do you get? All right. Not too bad. All right. When you open the door, you open the door. The door is cracked open. You can see that there is a probably some kind of a bedroom that you're looking in. It is fairly dark in here, but there is a low light on it, probably maybe from candles or a light that is as bright as a candle. You hear a woman sitting in there. You hear her voice as she's speaking, and you hear a page turn, and the woman says, "Oh, Reginald, you daring man, you!
Oh no!
Please tell me you're going to." And you hear the page turn again. Oh, I knew you would.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god. Getting smut.
That's what as you open the door, you kind of just peer in and see that.
I will. I don't think this is the room we're looking for, guys.
Is that Baroness Debbie?
I will give you a perception, Brannok. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Let's see.
Brannok has actually spoken to her.
Brannok, even with that medium roll, you know that this is not the voice of Baroness Debbie. This is the voice of somebody else, maybe a grounds person or somebody who works, who maybe runs the horses or has some kind of a level of importance, but it's definitely not her.
Some kind of manor staff. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to watch out for that. Keep quiet. I'll slowly close the door,
Yeah,
whatever
door
crack
closes.
I opened it, and wait, that's not the right one. Let's keep looking.
All right, that brings us to Vamir. Vamir, what are you going to do? You see, somebody pointed out at one door, you see Brannok opened it and kind of peeked in and looked at it and said, that's not it.
Yeah, I'll open. I guess there's a door to the front, left, and right of us. Right?
There's a bunch of doors in an archway. You're kind of on an archway, and they all seem to be kind of different. I don't want to describe in detail because then you start to metagaming more and stuff. This is more like your characters see different doors, and I'm going to ask you what you want to do about it.
All right, the door to the left of Brannok's door, if there's one there, I'll open that one.
Blindly opening the door? Okay.
No, stealthily. No, I kick it down.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Pushing open that door. What you see is let me tell you what it is. This is a double door that has an archway. Some of the doors are double and some of them are single. Judging from the outside of the building, this way lead to the right direction, but you're not sure. You push it open. There's darkness beyond. You looking at it with your dark vision. You can see that these are steps that lead up.
Yay.
Everyone, this seems to be the right way. It leads upstairs.
The door just opens. It's like, oh, okay. We can't see him.
Yeah, the door just goes.
Then you just hear.
Then he waves you over.
Let's go.
He's like,
I'm doing so many squad signs. You have.
So
Why
impressive.
don't they understand?
he also knows ASL.
CSL, common as a sign language.
Yes,
common
common
sign
sign.
Adventurer's stealth
that.
language.
I think I might like tap Slick, like, let's go.
All right.
So
What you're
We'll file up the
you have a
stairs.
turn to do right now before we kind of look before you do the next thing. What do you guys want to do?
Who's
What
got the
what do you
arcane
want to
eyes?
do? You want to go up the stairs
go
or
up the stairs and
Okay.
listen.
are you going to listen at the stairs? All right, give me a perception for listening.
Nat 20.
Okay. You don't hear
Attaboy.
anything on the stairs. What is the rest of the three of you going to do? You can see the doors open. Most likely, Vamir's at the bottom. You don't know. You see that Slick Willy's kind of leaning past probably Vamir. He doesn't know. And he's listening. So we'll go to Brannok. Brannok, what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know.
The stairs look dark. They are a well shagged sort of carpet that's on the steps. The walls themselves have been covered in a plaster, so it has a texture to them, and it sort of winds its way up. There's a one railing that is used for a handheld on the way up here, on a handhold on the way up.
And there's no magical traps, right, Vamir?
Vamir just opened the door. That's all he's done.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going
I only
to
know the door wasn't trapped.
be a goofy
Okay, look.
little goblin monk and try to run up the railing.
All right, I'm going to give you a balance roll for this.
Acrobatics or athletics? I can do.
I think balance is a acrobatics check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 19.
All right. You're attempting to run up the rail. Let's go to Eric. Eric, what do you want to do as he starts running up the rail?
Walk up the stairs.
All right, you want to walk
Did we shut the door behind us, by the way?
Sure. If you want to wait till everyone gets in and shut the door. All right,
Yeah.
and then Vamir, what do you want to do? You're invisible.
Yeah, I mean, if they're all just running up, I will continue running up and trying to detect magic as I'm doing it.
All right, I would like you to give me an Arcana roll.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Oh,
Nat 20.
Damn.
All right. As you begin walking up the stairs, you see that Vamir, you step forward onto the steps, looking around. Just then, you see a goblin next to you leap up onto the actual railing itself. You kind of are almost startled by his sudden movements where he begins walking up, and in front of you, another goblin just walks through your legs and starts walking up the stairs. And suddenly, you see that the stairs itself, halfway up, you kind of stare into the darkness. You make out slowly a line of magic that is formed. Like it takes you a moment to look at it. And it looks like from the flat side, you see some kind of a ruin. And then it suddenly disappears as it becomes almost two-dimensional. It's like rotating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of sitting it right in the middle of the stairs going up. You think must be some kind of protection ward. You think that this ward could actually cause damage and raise an alarm. What are you going to do?
Okay. Are they too far in front of me
Nope,
to stop
nope.
them?
No, this is a narrative, so you can kind of decide.
Okay, I want to just like reach and try to grab them and be like, no.
All right, like a mother grabbing her children, keeping them from walking off the ledge, lemming style. You tug them back. They look back at you, sort of. Maybe they're surprised, maybe they're angry. They can choose for themselves.
There's protective magic here. This might have exposed us and hurt all of us. Please don't run too far forward.
How do we get rid of it?
I'm not sure. I need to
Inspect
it closer.
You can decide to use Arcana disarmament, or you can use thievery to try to get around it. Those are the two ways in which you can get past this trap.
Point out exactly how this where this trap is. To
Yeah, well, it depends. Remember, this is a meta game, so things work in different ways.
I know.
So you can try. There's just a difficulty a class associated with it. So the meta game is less concerned with some of the basic requirements of rules. So it's up to you. There's just going to be a higher difficulty, and if you're not an expert, you probably have a hard time making it. You know, that's how that works. So that's what you did. You identified the magic. You stopped them from walking right into it. That brings us to Slick Willy. Slick Willy, what do you want to do?
Can you disarm it?
I can try.
How
I know.
confident are you?
I would say slightly over 50% if I had to put a number on it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let's see. What's your Arcana?
Plus 11.
Okay. Yeah. My thievery is 9. So
Typically, spells like this have a much easier Arcana check than Thievery.
so
check.
And
my
apparently I
thievery's
can
8.
only roll nat 20s for Arcana, except for when I roll a 1.
yes. Yeah, my Arcana is only a.
All right, so you know to disarm this check, it's going to require 2 checks to do.
Okay.
That. All right, so but that first of all, before you do that, I'm gonna give Brannok. First of all, you get an opportunity if there's something else you want to do. I'm kind of like giving everyone a chance here to do stuff. Brannok, what would you like to
Seems
do?
like Brannok
I'll
has a
wait
pretty
for
good
the-
thievery.
I do have a decent thievery, but can I just roll to help?
Can you roll to help? Sure,
Yeah,
you can roll to
help
help,
with disarm?
but you can roll to help. You can roll to help another thievery check with thievery, or you can use Arcana to help on an Arcana check in this case.
I don't have good Arcana.
You
I
want
have
to
a thievery score.
you want to help? Maybe you want to help Dr. Miksi, or Dr. Miksi wants to help you.
Well, how are we tackling this? Are we discharging the magic and then?
I mean, you need 2. In metagames terms, you need to get 2 successes
Or 1 crit sense.
or 1 score.
I'll try a thievery here.
Okay, are you gonna have before you roll? Are you gonna have Dr. Miksi get help from Brannok, or does Brannok want to? So Brannok,
I've
go
got
ahead.
an 8 in thievery.
Me
You
too.
got an 8?
Okay, Brannok. That
It's to
is
help.
got to be enough. So you get a +1 to your roll, to your thievery.
Okay.
An 11.
11. Not enough to fail badly enough to set off the trap. You kind of get closer, and as you do, you reach in. You think you're going to kind of maybe adjust the angle of the magic flow with some of the mechanics that are going on around it, and
I
you
feel like
just find that it's not able to do it.
I could hero point that.
If
I
you
feel
want
like
to,
that was a 2 on
absolutely.
the die. I want to do that. That was a 2 on the die.
You still get a
Do
+1.
it.
You still get a +1.
24, 25.
All right.
Pretty
All
good.
right. As you
Pretty
do
good.
so, you can see you use some of your fundamental understandings of how physical world works to interrupt the flow of the magic itself. You see part of the rune just go kind of fades a little bit, kind of get almost like it gets more light. Part of the center kind of dissolves a little bit. You see almost like
It's
this-
almost like crystal.
So 25 wasn't a critical success.
no, it wasn't a
I think.
critical success. All right. That brings us to Famir. Famir, what do you want to do?
Bring us home.
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana check.
Okay, you're gonna try to disable the device with Arcana. Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right.
What'd you get?
Oh, 16, but that's not
Not
a
enough.
horrible fail.
Yeah,
Not enough to alert.
you didn't interrupt the flow. You kind of fought with it a little bit.
I
But
think
you're not
his
able-
hands are a little shaky.
right.
Like, oh,
All right,
this is powerful magic.
Mike. Does Slick Willy want to do something? Now, remember, as the rounds go by, you can build up
Yep, I know.
awareness points just from taking too much time.
Yeah, but fucking it up is
You fucking
much
guys-
worse.
No, I'm not. I'm just giving you
I know.
options.
I know. My thievery is a 9.
I have a whole bunch of fighters ready to come in and
know.
storm the castle. You've been doing good so far. You started out a little shaky, but you've been doing good this last little bit.
All right. Fuck it. Okay, I'll try it.
You gonna try it?
Disable.
Disable it? Okay, go for it. Roll me a 1, baby.
Oi.
Ooh. Oh, you didn't critically fail.
Good.
No.
Couldn't have been if a 19 was a success.
All right. Yeah. So, well, he had a 20. He had +1, I think, in that roll.
You got a hero point.
You do have a hero point if you want to use it, but you might need it later.
Yep. If I didn't set it off, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
You think that you've been here in this chamber for quite some time, this hall. You think it's elastic time. This is gaming time. Brannok, what do you want to do? You see that the two of you are kind of all crowded against the hallway. In fact, you've even heard footsteps wandering behind you on the stairway. Maybe someone having a casual conversation behind you, muttering words, and you kind of all froze for a moment as they pass by. Nobody's tried to come up the steps, though. What do you want to do, Brannok?
I just need to wait until this goes. I mean, I guess.
Do you want to give a helping hand to somebody else to try something?
He's just, you know what? He's just going to go for it. He's going to whip out his tools, and he goes to 13.
Okay.
To try to disrupt.
All right. Just not enough. What do you want to do, Eric? What does Dr. Miksi want to do? He was successful once. Can he do it again?
He's the only one who's been successful.
Yeah.
No, struggling with it. You're fighting back and forth. Many hands don't make light work. Many hands interrupting work.
We're all just slapping each other out of the way. Don't let me do it.
You guys were all in the kitchen once, and that was a lot of cooks. Move it. All right, Vermeer, what do you want to do?
I'll give Arcana another shot.
Shut the ruin off.
All right.
I'm trying. 42.
All right. Okay. Finally, after I'm picturing.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm picturing. He's like, just everyone quiet. Stop grabbing hands.
Slapping me. You can't even see where I am.
All right.
I can.
In the dark hallway, for those of you with dark vision, anybody watch from home, you see a dark hallway and you see little shadows moving around. For those of you at home with dark vision, that's pretty impressive. So you see them fighting around. Finally, Vermeer, you manage to realign the magic using your own power. You kind of cast some internal woven spells, weaving the magic, and you see that the triggered event sort of just vanishes. But you know it's not going to be permanently dispelled. You know that this is going to reset in some time. Could be up to maybe 10 minutes from now.
Okay.
Maybe it's more suppressed than it is disabled.
Yeah, then I'll let everyone know. We need to move fast. This is disabled for now, but we don't have much time.
As soon as he says that, Brannok takes up off the stairs.
All right, Brannok, you reach the top of the stairs. There's a matching double set of doors that approach. It's just up the stairs. It kind of winds around. Behind you, you can barely see Vermeer, and behind that, Slick Willy is not quite envisioned yet. It's like a spiral kind of going up, like a wide spiral going up. And you appear before another set of double doors. There are sconces here and torches on either side of the door that you could light if you wanted to.
No, I'm okay with alerting
The double doors here seem slightly
ajar.
No. The double doors, I'm trying to think how to say this. The double doors appear to be well made, well crafted, and as if they were maybe imported, special.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
What do you want to do?
I'll examine the doors. I'll look around it with my thievery's kit and make sure it's unlocked and untrapped.
Right. Give me a perception roll now. All right, you rolled a 12. Okay, Brannok, what do you want to? Or Brannok, Dr. Miksi, you come up. What do you want to do?
If Brannok says the door is okay, he's gonna. We don't hear anything, right? So, I guess he's gonna try to peek through.
All right, you open the door, peeking through. You can give me a perception, or you can give me a stealth. Do you want to see more, or do you want to avoid being seen?
I want to avoid being seen.
Okay.
14.
All right. Vermeer, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I want to head up and avoid being seen.
All right, give me a roll.
Or heard.
Or heard.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
no, yeah, heard is more
stop.
what I'm looking for.
yeah. What are you rolling?
So,
Okay.
it's 16.
All right. What do you want to do?
Sneaking up.
All right, give me a sneak roll.
So I guess actually that's an 18 because
18.
I still have the potion
Okay, perfect.
or the
All right.
mutagen.
You're still invisible, or I'm sorry. You have the.
That's up to you if we've done 10 minutes.
No, yeah. I think you're still invisible for right now.
Okay, then
Right.
the mutagen's still in effect then.
All right. What you step into a round chamber where moonlight spills through a vast arched window, silvering the velvet tapestries and the carved canopy bed. All right. The gilded arches above gleam
Ding, ding.
like ancient cathedrals. Kind of think how the ancient cathedrals have so she has like some kind of an arched beam ceiling, right? There are several mahogany armoires and a desk that is probably filled with jewelry and other wealth. To your right, a small side room waits in shadow behind an archway wrapped in curled filigree. So it's kind of like this gold lined tassels around the entire archway. You can smell the old wood here and hints of lavender. Within the canopy bed is a woman fast asleep. The Baroness is resting.
Oh my god.
You walk in and you see her. She's like, "What are you guys gonna do?"
So what does that serene mutagen do?
I get +2 to stealth checks, and then
Okay.
I'm also invisible for right now.
What's the serene one?
Get the
Oh, the serene one. Sorry. I don't know. I only have the Quicksilver.
You're
Dr.
muted,
Miksi,
Eric.
what is the serene? You're muted, Eric.
The Serene Mutagen is just a bonus to will saves. It's not necessarily like a sedative,
That's too bad.
Yeah.
but I mean, it might.
I'm picturing you guys.
No, I don't want to give her more wisdom.
Inner
for a
serenity,
perception
but you
check.
find violent off. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't even say that there's any drowsiness associated. So
I'm picturing
I just
you
thought it would be fun.
pushing open the door silently, and you kind of look through the shadows, and all of a sudden you're like, and she's like,
there's a. Ooh. There would be a
Then they
drug
walk
for
up and
that,
pour a
but I don't
mutagen
have
down
the
her throat.
formula.
okay, what do you guys want to do? You can you have looks to be like there's her. You can do something with her. She's sitting there, and she seems to be defenseless. If you want to,
Fucking slit her throat.
you all can choose what you want to do. There's
No.
consequences to every action, good and bad. You see there's a mahogany armoire and a desk. They're probably filled with jewels and other wealth. To your right is a small side room that waits in shadow behind an archway wrapped in curled filigree. So it looks like you have
Is-
an armoire, a desk, another archway. That
Is the bed in the way? Is the bed in between us and the side room?
No.
Okay, I'd like to try to creep towards the side room.
All right. What else? What does the rest of you guys plan?
Oh, that's yeah.
Come here,
that's
look.
the goal.
Everyone doing it? All right.
Yeah,
one-
I was gonna
you
say
all
I'm
give me
invisible.
give me a
Well,
stealth
I'll
roll.
do it.
Do we all need to go?
That's up to you. Some of you guys.
I think I could just go. I mean,
You are invisible.
yeah, I'm invisible and I have the mutagen already in me. So I'm already like if she's asleep, she wouldn't be able to perceive me for one, and then I have a plus to my stealth, so
Then in that case, Miksi just kind of points to the side room and then gets back behind the door.
All right. So the rest of you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave Vermeer to head off on his own. Interesting. All right, Vermeer. I just need you by yourself to give me a stealth roll.
all right. Here
We
go.
can keep an eye on Baroness Devi from here, right?
Absolutely.
Like through the door? Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can all see her.
Oh, nice.
27.
Nice roll. That is really good. All right. All right.
We don't even hear him. It's like,
I even created a list of what was in the mahogany chest just in case you guys decided to get
Hell
something.
no.
Yes,
All
like Willy.
All right. You enter an expansive. Okay. You enter an expansive. Meanwhile, like you're just about ready to get. All of a sudden, the alarm goes off, and you see Willy holding all the jewels. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. This is for Vamir now. We went from 6 down to 4, down to 1. Vamir heading silently into the darkness. Yes. Is he blind? Is he invisible? Yes. Is he enhanced by mutagen? Yes. Does he have dark vision? Yes. Is he aware of what he's in for? Maybe not. Let's find out. You enter the expansive closet where rows of silk gowns and dresses hang. A carved vanity rests beneath a tall mirror. Its surface scattered with brushes, powders, and perfume bottles shaped like glass blossoms. So like flowers. In the far corner, half hidden beneath a velvet curtain, stands a heavy iron safe, etched with even more filigree. I said filigree a lot today, but it's a cool word. You smell rose oil, old wood, and something faintly metallic in the air. That's what you see, Vamir. You see all these dresses lined up. You see a kind of a tall mirror and a desk, probably where she puts on her makeup, all the makeup equipment here. You can see in the far corner a half hidden behind a velvet curtain, a heavy iron safe.
I want to head towards the safe first.
All right, you get there, no problem.
Is it locked?
Yes, it is definitely locked.
Can I use a thievery to try and open it?
You can. You'll need to give me 2 checks to open it, and
Okay.
and you're not sure. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so I do. The mutagen does give me a plus to thievery.
Nice.
All right, first one. 22.
All right. You click through the tumblers. It's pretty much some kind of a combination lock where there's like several keys to open it. She probably carries the keys. You're kind of pushing your little elements through. Pick. Finally hear one click. You know,
Okay.
I'm one step closer to getting this open.
All right, second attempt. 16.
So you didn't critically fail. You only failed. So
Okay,
you
all right.
You can give it a shot again. You can try it again.
Yeah, let's give it another shot. Hold on here.
What do you get?
Come on. No, that one.
All right.
Well, it only breaks his.
You break your pick. It just snaps off. Ting! And you look at it. You're like, oh, that's not good.
So you know you damaged the
Yeah.
The lock opening.
Notice when you notice the other part of it is that you leave residues showing that somebody has messed with it.
Oh God.
You fixing a broken tool. So yeah. So you look like you probably scraped it a little bit. Now, of course, if nothing is missing, they might not bother looking.
Mhm.
But what do you
All
want
right,
to do?
I am going to try to stealth back again.
All right, you were able to slip.
Or no,
back.
before I do that, I want to investigate the armoire, the makeup area. Maybe there's a key there.
All right, let's do it. All right, looking at the armoire.
Wow.
Armoire. All right. Looking through it, you look over the decorative items that are there. There are perfumes here. There's some fancy brushes. There are several things that you can probably try to pull. Give me a perception roll. Tell me what you get.
I don't get any bonus to this. Another nat one.
We gotta get him out of there.
It's just a perception.
Guys, I'm floundering. I'm floundering.
Right. What you hear from the outside there, you hear a brush, a wooden brush, clanking against the floor, the tile floor. You hear kind of like that. You hear that kind of like really loudly slam, kind of loud. You guys all freeze. All right, and you hear this. You kind of hear the breathing change in the Baroness. She goes. She begins breathing deep again. You think you might be coming close to your threshold.
Okay.
Are you the best person to do this? That's the question.
No, that's the question. I think I am going to head back out, and I'm gonna try to stealth back out to the.
No, you don't have to roll again. You can go back out.
Okay, so I go back out, and you just hear, guys, I really fucked up.
What?
I really messed up in there. There's a chest and an armoire, and I really messed up on both of them. But the chest seems to be the best option. I unlocked it slightly. We just need a little bit more oomph.
Can you carry it?
I can't. It looked a little heavy, and also we can't let them know we were here.
This is like the Italian job. The floor goes on and slaps us out. Leave it to a guy. Be like,
I don't know why I'm talking to you. Slick, I need your help.
Okay. We got this.
Follow me.
What?
You two, stay back here. You, Slick, follow me. You two, wait here.
now,
Make
Brannok,
sure she doesn't wake up.
Brannok and Dr. Miksi, I want to remind you that there are several mahogany armoires and desks that are probably filled with jewels and other wealth. As the two of you head into the shadows of the closet, you can see there's a comb or brush on the ground. You see the tools, and you immediately notice that one of the locks is slightly scratched. Now, doesn't mean that anybody here caused that problem, but that's what you can see. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm sneaking over to the safe.
So there's a safe there. Anything else you want to do? Now, all he's done is snuck up, and he has unlocked one and failed to lock. He unlocked the second set.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Anything else?
I'm trying to open the safe.
Okay.
I'm on the job.
Okay.
I have a work ethic.
It's professional pride.
There's nothing else.
If the job was stealing, he'd be stealing.
I absolutely understand that.
I'm not here to do that. Steal other shit. That's for Hunclay's house. Yeah. Do you want me to give thievery?
You want to open locks, right?
Yep.
Let's go for
Use a
it.
crowbar.
25.
All right. You
There we
open
go.
the lock. The second lock. You hear the clock. Cling. All right. You can now turn the handle and pull the lock open. What do you want to do?
Can I look this thing over just to see if there's any traps?
Give me a perception roll.
Assuming since I clicked it open that they're not, but if it's opening it that triggers it, then oof. No, I don't notice.
All right,
anything.
you don't see any.
Right.
You don't see any traps on there.
All right, I guess I'll open the safe. He whispers slightly in Elvish. What did you hit?
I hold up the pick, and it's just like,
I can't see it.
oh.
You're
I just,
invisible. Nobody.
damn it. I ran into the armoire, that brush on the ground. I thought I could maybe find a key.
Pick that up.
Miksi goes, does anybody have paper?
So I open the safe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'll pick up the brush and put it back.
I need the two of you that are in the room to give me is it a fortitude save? To give me a fortitude save. Yeah, both of you. The two people in the room, give me a fortitude save.
Okay. 11.
8. I'm gonna use my hero point on that. 22.
That's a lot better.
All right. Here's what happens. As you click open the door, failing to find the trap that was sealed there. The widow's bang erupts. That's the end of the trap. a hidden
Is it moaning or?
what's that? Yeah, a hidden wire that's mounted to the inside. You kind of open it. You kind of open it up, and just when you get about that far, it kind of clicks off. You see a little alchemical device inside. Kind of goes, and it bangs, pops. You hear this loud boom. When that happens, you find that the both of you are suddenly deafened. And the two of you out in the room, you hear this boom, and you see everyone begin looking around. The two of you begin looking around. What happens to Baroness Devi? We're gonna make a check. You see her starting to stir. Now we're gonna give people options here as you go by. The two of you just you're deafened. You can't hear. The two of you out in the hall, you just see Baroness Debbie kind of stirring, like lifting up, she's kind of lifting her head, like what's going on. Clearly, she cannot see you at this time. You have a question?
Can we hear it outside?
No.
It's not that loud.
No, I don't think you could hear it. You know what? I think
Isn't there an arched window?
Let's say this. I think slightly you might be able to hear it because you're close enough. You may hear this kind of boom.
Probably don't see any.
Yeah.
Do you see a flash or anything?
You
says alchemical.
probably see the flash. You kind of hear this.
That's not good.
All
I
right.
think this has just gone south.
Now this one adds 3 to your 3 to your failure threshold. So this is quite difficult. All right.
Oh God.
All right. So this is going to happen. So my question is to you. Baroness Debbie is kind of looking up. You guys are in a closet. There's a window there that you could probably get out. You could probably try to race through. You are invisible. You are not. What do you guys want to do inside of there? I'm going to ask you two first before I figure out what the other two are going to do.
I'm going to grab the key and jump out the window.
All right. Let me show you. I'll show you what's in I'll give you a quick cursory understanding of what's in the safe. When you pull open the safe, you see a metal moaning as it didn't moan because it just blew open. Inside, nestled on a velvet-lined shelves, you find a stack of neat bundled coins. You find a silver box. You see a portrait pendant in there. You see a golden bracelet etched with floral patterns, and you see an open letter, and you see a key. You see the key.
The key. I know what the key looks like.
Yeah.
So I grab the key and I go out the window.
Yeah, you grab the key
And
and
I
you're gonna try to
shut the safe?
Yeah. You grab the key and you shut the safe. All right, that's what we're gonna do this round.
All right.
Yeah, you grab the key. You look. You grab the key and you shut the safe.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go back. Brannok, what are you gonna do? You see her just kind of looking up. She doesn't probably see you in the dark.
I kind of just look over at Miksi. I try to get a read of where we're going with this. Are we headed back out? Are we bailing out a window?
The window's through the room from here.
Yeah, you have to actually go into the room to get to a window.
And she knows you.
And she's awake?
She doesn't know us. Maybe we should just get the fuck out.
Remember,
Shadwick.
she's waking up from a sound sleep looking into the dark. She doesn't have dark vision.
I'm gonna stay perfectly still and hide behind her desk or something, a coat rack, something that I can hide behind.
All right, what do you want to do, Dr. Miksi?
Wait to see what she works.
He hands Brannok a smoke ball. Oh wait, you already have one.
I got one. You're good.
He doesn't hand Brannok a smoke ball. He goes, do you have rope?
That's a good question. Does Brannok have rope? Yes, I have some rope.
Ah, shit. He's gonna try to sneak through the room and get out the window too.
All right, and then we'll go. Vamir, what are you doing with all this?
Slick Willy and I have done this before. He jumps out the window as well.
All right, you getting any type of rope or anything like that to climb out? You're just gonna try to go out the window? And
No, I'm just jumping. I'll take the fall damage.
I have catfall.
Well, I'm not asking. He didn't say he was doing it,
Yeah.
but
No,
you're-
I'll take the fall damage. Like I said, we've been here before.
okay. Oh,
Not even trying to climb down, huh?
all right. So
No, we have to get out now. We've failed a mission before.
all right, you find you go up the way. You gonna smash the window, try to open
Nope,
it.
try to open it.
All right, I'm gonna give you 50-50 chance. 1, 2, 3. It's locked. 4, 5, and 6 is open. It's locked. You walk up. Just give you 50-50 chance.
But is it latched on this side?
Yeah.
Or,
You said, you guys.
or is it like?
So you're gonna
padlocked?
run up and I'm giving you
Oh, yeah.
your turn action. So you're gonna walk up and unlatch it. You basically unlatch it. All right, Brannok, standing his ground. Give me a stealth roll, Brannok.
Stealth roll.
So stealthy.
All right,
15.
that brings us to Dr. Miksi. Give me a stealth roll to sneak across the room as she's lifting her head up. All right, and
I'm very sneaky.
all right. So in Vermeer, you're able to leap out the side of the window. Okay, so you're gonna take you take half the I think it's half the distance in falling damage, right? So you're gonna so it is 20-foot drops. You're gonna take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
You land in a bed of
Aim
rope.
for the bushes.
Ow! You thought it'd be
You're
nice.
gonna run through. You're kind of like you've gone through. You see all these bushes. Kind of the bushes kind of just get broken over as you land on them.
Yep.
So you take 10 points of damage from like. You
Just
ever
leave
do
it-
that where
just
you
leave a
jump and
trail.
you think it's gonna be like 10 feet, but it turns out to be like 15. You're like, and you just can't. You're like expecting to hit.
And it doesn't come when it does.
Yeah. It's like this is a really long fall. All right, that's you. You land. You kind of land hard. You're prone. You jump out the window after him.
Mhm.
All right. You kind of just go. You see as you look up from being prone, you see the shadow landing carefully.
Just
Kind of
flips
just
out.
lands, and you start hearing the house starting to become awake, like slowly. It's not all at once.
Did you
It's
come
not
out?
like
Which side did you come out of the house?
I
from
don't.
you're gonna be coming out the front of the house.
So about here.
Yeah, so you see the window on your side.
So
You see-
we're like, oh.
first of all, you see Vermeer go.
Or do they?
All right, Zabari. I think I'm gonna summon a wolf, and have it scare up all the animals here in a second.
You can tell me if you want to do that. I'll add you
I'm
to
gonna
the
wait.
cycle.
I'm gonna wait for these guys to get out. But
All right.
As soon as they get out, I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, Zabari.
All right, I'll add you to the cycle. So Brannok holding his ground, Miksi, you sneak into the room and you can look out the window. You see a woman. You can feel the woman kind of turn, and she leans over and right next to the desk, she stands up and she touches the desk, part of the desk, and you see the room lights up.
Can I try to pop my smoke ball?
You can, but you are inside of the secret, antechamber. She's not going to
The
see you.
closet.
And right now,
Oh, okay.
Brannok is out in the hallway, so she's sort of in this island of light. Brannok separated from the rest. You move inside. So let's go around now, and we'll start with Brannok this time. Brannok, what do you want to do? You see the light happening in the hallway. You're hidden. She doesn't see you. But you hear like she stood up. You think there might be other people in the house waking up. What do you want to do?
Oh, okay. So she went out to get light. I'm still in the room. Can I make it over to the window now?
She literally turns around and hits the light. She's
I
standing
think you're
in
in
the
the
room.
stairwell.
You're in the stairwell. You have to cross
okay.
her threshold.
Uh,
You can try it. She's looking around. You could try to get past her. That's totally fine. It's just going to be the difficulty class is going to be harder by 2 points.
I am just, if I'm in the stairwell already, I want to back up and just get out.
All right, you back up down the stairs to the original point where you saw the archway beside those gaudy doors. You can hear people. You can hear somebody moving out somewhere in the house, but not necessarily in front of the door.
Yeah, I'll get through and I'll try to get back past that suppressed rune and everything.
All right. You walk. The rune has been suppressed. It's not been restored yet. So you're able to cross down the steps, out the door next to the gaudy door, and there you're standing in the hallway that looks over the foyer below. The circular stairs that you climbed up, you're kind of on the outside
And there's
upstairs.
that second rune on that stairwell.
Yeah, there's a rune on the stairwell coming up. And you hear somebody, you see lanterns below starting up, and you hear somebody call out, "Did you hear something?" Yeah, and you hear another voice that says, I thought I heard a bang. Was that inside, or it was?" And they're kind of confused. Dr. Miksi, what do you want to do? You want to jump out the window?
Yeah, but before I do that, I'm gonna take this cobalt necklace I took from the blood vow guys, and I'm gonna try to chuck it towards where the safe was.
All right, I love what you're thinking. What I want
Nice.
is this is amazing. All right, this is fantastic.
Nice.
I don't need to chuck it, actually. Could I just use my pet? I have Ophelia. She can.
Yeah,
She has item so. Ooh, it might take too much time.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna yeet it. I'm just gonna chuck it.
Chuck it. Okay. All right. What I need you to do is I need you to give me a roll here. This is really awesome. Let's see. I think you need to give me a. What I want you to do is give me a deception roll. That's what I want you to do.
Deception?
Yeah.
Create a distraction. Nice.
Oh, I'm really bad at that though.
You got any hero points left?
Not anymore.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because this idea is so awesome, I'm going to give you a new hero point, which you can use on this one or save for later. Because you get a hero point because this idea is a good one.
It's really good.
I'm gonna use it on this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
It's so much better. It's 4 times as good.
All right. But that's what you did. You threw it over there. You're not sure what's going to happen.
This
but-
is a good
I'm gonna jump out the window.
Yeah, if he's jumping out the window, that's
Yeah.
going to be my trigger, I think, for
What are you going to summon a
Can you
wolf?
see the third
yeah,
person?
so I'm going to be very quiet to do the summon myself, right? But yeah, I'm going to summon a wolf, so level 2 cast of summon animal. And then my instructions for it are going to be to go jump in the pen, stir up all the animals, scare them a bunch, and then run off to that way. And he points
The east.
towards the east.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You cast a spell. You summoning the wolf. I'm assuming you're probably summoning it inside of the pen, right?
Just outside the because we're kind of in the woods, so just right outside the tree line.
Okay. You summon the wolf. It launches inside. Immediate chaos ensues. You hear the everything is going. Now most of the chickens and stuff are put away. It's at night, but just
the cows
some of
and
some of the animals
Yeah.
are left out overnight.
Yep.
Some of a couple of bigger animals. You see them.
I'm sure they'd run and
They
stuff
start
too.
flipping out, right? You see that happening. And you see the door to the nearby paddock area where probably the caretaker is.
Yeah.
You hear this woman come out and go, "What the? A wolf! A wolf! A wolf!" She starts yelling.
Perfect. We're hiding in the woods.
All right, give me a deception roll.
Will do. As soon as I can pull up that screen.
Not bad, not bad. All right.
Better
All
than
right,
5.
that brings us to Vermeer. Vermeer, what do you want to do? Or if Zabari wants anything to add, this is a real difficult one for fighters. I know I played a fighter before where these type of situations you're kind of like, but you can do you can be creative and use something, Zabari.
I was thinking of opening the paddock gate, but I think that might be overkill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you want to let him
hide.
out?
Let's just hide.
No, I think I won't.
Okay. All right.
So-
You can tell me anything else you want to do. It's up to you. I just don't want to take. I know that you're kind of.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold off on any action right now.
All right. That Vermeer, what are you gonna do? You are flat on your ass, staring up at the stars, and you see Dr. Miksi streaming down Spider-Man style, and you see that
And a wolf.
Slick Willy comes flying down Superman style.
Something glass
You see
shatters
Wolf
in Dr.
running through
Mixi's back.
running through the side. All of a sudden, just starts taking off. He's just Wolf just running.
Yeah, so I'm just I've knocked the wind out of myself completely. I stand up. I'm still invisible. I run towards the river and like around.
All right, you just start booking toward the river. Okay.
down and then up to the
right.
the northwest.
Mike, what do you?
And
What
I think
what is
I
Slick Willy
put
doing?
my invisible hand on you,
Slick
Chadwick.
Willy follow into
Like,
the river.
try to catch
Well,
my
I'll
breath.
follow along the south side, heading this way.
All right, you're heading back toward your companions. All right.
Actually, it's like Dr. Mixi's there, right?
Yeah, he's
Like,
right next to you. Yeah.
Where's Brannok?
Hey, I'll go around to the window.
Well, we need to get to the mansion, the Hunclays.
There's a rope hanging from the window now, right? You left a rope hanging in the
Does
window.
someone use a rope?
No, I jumped actually.
Did you jump? Did you jump?
I think we all jumped.
Okay, I missed that. I thought you were gonna go on a rope because you got a rope.
We crushed a rose bush, but that's about it.
Yeah, so you'll take the 10 points of damage from the fall.
Can Dr. Miksi make it to the stable?
Well, I often think you're unstable, but in this particular,
Very much so, but the stable's still standing.
yeah, you want to head toward the stable? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could head there, yeah, for sure.
Okay, he's gonna try to find a place to hide where he can see the exit window.
All right, you're gonna have to give me still gonna have to give me a stealth roll because there are people running, there are people walking around outside.
There you go.
24, he can do that. He's
Okay,
very
you
sneaky.
make okay. Who haven't we done? We have Vermeer. We've done you. You're running there. Vermeer,
Brannok, I
you're
think.
running
Brannok.
toward that. Brannok, what are you gonna do? You are now in the second story of the room. You see people below you stirring. The house is kind of coming alit. You can see. You hear noises from around doors in this hallway. That many different doored hallway. Starting to hear noises. People from the other side there are waking.
Well, I'm pretty quick. I want to try to, like, slide down the railing down to the main floor and go out the window we came in. That's what I want to try to do with my monk speed.
Okay,
Speed and
so
stealth.
here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna say we're gonna do an acrobatics check. You're gonna try to slide down and quickly kind of roll out the front door before anyone can
Wait,
see you.
front door? I thought you said out
You going front door or window?
Or window.
The window
what do
we
you wanna
came in,
do?
right?
The window you came in
the
is
window
back in
you
the
came in.
kitchen.
But
So
that's
you
all
can
the
try
way
to-
through the main floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just down the stairs and out the door. I want to try to get
the front door.
Yeah.
It's gonna be locked though, probably.
It's gonna be locked. It's just so I want you to know.
You could assume that.
I knew I should have unlatched that at the start of the heist.
What do you think you want to do? There are people below as well. They have a good chance of seeing you because they're kind of wandering around back there. Stirring
You're on a
people up.
lower level of the tower right now, right?
He's
On
in
the
the
second
second
floor, yeah.
Yeah, and there's windows in at this point.
True. Is there any window just in this area, or is it all
You
doors?
can. There are windows, but all the windows here are sealed. They're basically looking over the foyer, right? They're not meant to be open. You can go
The
in one of the
bedrooms.
rooms. You can
Yeah.
go into one of the rooms, and there's plenty of windows. But some of the rooms have people stirring, and you have to tell me which room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna pick a room at random, not the fancy one with the lady reading her smut, but one of the other ones.
I mean, if we had
3 out of 5 left.
Shadwick,
Okay.
never mind.
All right.
we don't have
As
any
you
right now.
as you run into a room, you kind of slip into a room. You hear heavy breathing, followed by a silk rumbling on other silks. In the darkness, you're kind of like running you're 3 feet high.
Oh my
you see the bed moving. You suddenly see a foot push out of the side of the bed, and you see a woman saying yes, and the bed
What is
starts
this
rattling.
place?
This is perfect. They won't even notice. I'll go and open their window and hop out. They're too enraptured with each other.
I'm really just making this shit up as I go. It's super fun. All right,
Jesus.
based on what you guys are doing, and
Debbie Manor is just a sex mansion.
Yeah, I'll wait for a moment of extra
bliss.
loud passion, and then I'll pop the
Yeah,
window
yes.
open and hop out.
And here, the woman goes, Arnold, yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Ooh.
All right, she's calling out. You run up to the window, and this particular set of windows doesn't quite push up, but it actually pushes out this way. It's like if you can see it tips out, but you can
Jesus.
climb up and jump out of it. It's just more or less. You think this
Yeah,
was
out I go.
probably Arnold's room that was here for safety as a child, and he's just grown up in this room. So
Grown up quite a bit, I guess, huh?
all right, you
We got a
run
bigger
up,
bed.
you run up the top of the stairs. You're gonna jump out the back. It'll be 10 points of damage if you do.
Just on the
I'll
second.
take that.
Okay. 5.
Oh, you're on
Let's
tech.
get
You're
one.
gonna take 5 points of damage. You're on the second floor.
Yep, I'll take it.
All right, you take 5 points of damage. Actually, you're only going to take 3 points of damage because you land on the roof of the guardhouse.
Oh,
You're hearing a big
He's in the
bang.
back.
Boom!
Oh no.
You're rolling off
This is
your
why you got to
feet.
look before you jump.
You kind of jump up and you leap off the back of the house, and you just land right on the roof of the guardhouse. Boom! But nobody comes out right now. You're literally kind of roll and hit the ground. So you only take 3 points of damage. Boom! Landing just south of the E in Devi there, Devi Manor, right here.
Dude.
Just south of the E?
Yeah. So,
Okay, sure.
All right. So, all right. This is freaking awesome.
Jesus Christ.
All right. You want to do anything? We'll kind of come back in a
We're
normal
hiding.
natural
We're
order.
hiding for the moment.
Okay. Mike, what are you gonna do?
Keep
Maybe we could start heading north. I guess along the river.
heading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We'll be stealthy and head north.
All right. Well, we're gonna give one more thing here for Brannok. Brannok, what are you gonna do? You see the guards? You hear from people inside the guardhouse, or you hear them stirring.
What the-
As you land on the roof, make a loud bang, and roll to the ground.
Okay, so if the guards have just done that, I'm gonna just... Looking through my backpack here, see if I got anything good for distractions.
Got a smoke bomb, right?
Picturing him landing on the ground, be like, "Ah, crap!" and starts digging through his backpack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop a bag of caltrops in front of the guardhouse door, and then
Ouch.
run towards the river.
All right. As you do that, you run out the door. The door pushes open, just almost like you hear someone's going on. There was a bang, and you see one of the soldiers step forward. Son of a god! He leans over. He grabs his chin. He's like,
But they're gonna see the caltrops. I mean, they heard the bang. They already know they've been raided.
Yep.
There's stuff going on. It's okay. You left good bait up there. So
It was
I
the
just need to get out of here.
kobolds. It was the kobolds. There should
all
be-
right, we're gonna end this. It was
Chaos.
a mixed bag of success failure eyes.
Oh my god.
We don't know. We don't
And
know.
we're gonna
We have the key.
We're gonna find out. Unfortunately, that when you let that trap go, that's a 3. That increases your notice by 3, and that puts you over the limit.
I looked for it.
Yeah,
I just rolled a 1.
yeah, it's unfortunate. All right, so we're gonna end this with what's gonna happen next. The key's been taken. There has been evidence thrown about this
Kobold.
medallion, the kobold there. We're gonna find out how all this shakes out in 2 weeks, because next week I'm actually gonna be gone for the last time for a while. So it'll be now most of my last of my travels. I'll be in Colorado watching my daughter graduate college. So yeah,
Wow.
and I have to be there a long time because as a bragging dad, my kids got 3 degrees.
What?
Yeah.
Of
Nice.
separation.
Yeah, so that I get to brag as a dad once. That's like or twice a year. That'll be one time.
That's
pretty
good
cool.
though.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So, all right. So we'll see everybody in 2 weeks. We're going to find out what happened. Besides, I need to figure out what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So you guys have a good
That's
night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
The hard
Watch-
part about heists,
Yeah.
you never know how they're gonna go.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.